Right, what is up, guys and girls? Should be live. Everything should be working. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It seems okay. Yeah. So if you want the game louder, let me know, because this is a new one today. You should have quite decent audio. Something I will say about this game is there's a bunch of awesome options with this game, like not just your visuals and your sound, but you can key config anything you want. You've got chat options that are extensive, user interface sizes, weights and transparencies. There's just so much on here. You can enable criminal actions. You've got like a bunch of languages you can choose from literally nearly, I don't think there's one left out that I would say is a major. And yeah, I mean, the whole look and feel of the game is premium right now, so that's good. Right, okay, because I know nothing about this game jumping in today. Okay, let me just get my secondary chat in case one dies. Happy days, we've got drinks, we've got foods in case we need it. Let's go. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to bring up the Steam page and we will check out what's what. Okay, good. Make sure there's no Steam running in the background. Lovely. All good. It's all going well. Okay, so when you first fire it up, that's the worst time. Once it sort of steadies out, we should then know where we're at. So I think we're good. I think we are awesome. Right, guys, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for all the guys over on YouTube and Twitch. I appreciate you coming out live. If you are watching this on YouTube on a rerun, I greatly appreciate your viewership and your watch time. We are up on every stat that there is to be up on, so we're doing very well, and I just want to make more entertaining videos for you guys. Today, on that note, we are checking out Mortal Online 2. Now, these guys sent me over the game code. It's by Starvolt AB, and if you're not familiar with Mortal Online 1, which I am not, then it is basically more of the same, but with better visuals and so they say, more vast environment, and it's basically a sandbox environment. So if you understand about sandbox MMOs, then you know about this game. Now, so the Steam description will give you a heads up better than me, so I'm going to go ahead and just reiterate that to you. It's a persistent sandbox world, no classes, no levels, train your skills to what you want to own in your own unique build. Player driven trade, economy and housing, which we will touch upon later. Millions of crafting combinations, first person immersion. There was the one to get out there. Combat, exploration, of course, mid-level bosses, high-level bosses, full loot, full PvP, and the world of Nave is yours to explore and do as you will with, which is a cool name for a world, by the way. Nave. It's very easy to pronounce and sticks in your brain. So very positive reviews. Over 10,000 people cannot be wrong. There is a mixed section of about 1,500. The game may or may not need a subscription depending on when you're watching this video. So basically, if you buy it on Steam, you get 1 month free. And then I think from then on, each month, it's like a small amount of money to play. And I'm hoping it's not more than $10, because if it is, I might have a problem with it. So there is a little shout out for that one, but at the moment the game is $12 on a sale and you get a month free, so definitely worth checking out just for the month for $12, I think. It's an MMO only, of course, no co-op or anything. You just basically are going to be meeting up with a guild, creating your own guild if you dare, and actually getting your friends involved. So it's Steam achievements, Steam cloud saving, and of course no controller support. It is kind of your classic MMO trope, really. If you're familiar with MMOs and how they roll, you're not going to find much different here, much new, but it is a very pretty game. And I think if you enjoy the environment, then you'll enjoy your time with Mortal Online. I'm going to be jumping in today as a casual MMO player, newbie, and I don't really know what I'm doing other than I've been recommended to join a guild straight away. That's the only advice I have been recommended, and good luck was basically what people were saying. So let's find out what the crack is with this one. And yeah, thank you for joining me again. Let's jump in. Okay, so I'm not going to mess with settings or anything. I'm just going to go and head into the login and see if we can get up and running nice and easy. Again, I'm going to be judging this game because it's an online only game. I'm going to be going by ease of access, you know, and that includes the cost per month. I'm going to be going by visuals, sound, playability, lastability, and is it lastly fun to play, right? So we've got 2 character slots available. Character creation comes up straight away. Very quick loading on this game, by the way. And I am running off a mechanical hard drive right now. But you can see some lag happening, which means the game is not optimized. Whenever we have this, that's because the game is not optimized. So if I now go back and do log out, we should be able to have a look what is causing that. So it's probably, I would say, the epic textures, epic effects. I would say that that's probably causing it. We are limited to 120 frames, which could also be helping, or in some cases does give us problems. Global illumination can go down. Shadows we'll put on high because I want the game to look crisp when I edit it. Everything else we've got motion blurs off. Okay, it seems pretty fair there. Like, I wouldn't really change too much with this, so we'll see. Let's put foliage down because there is no foliage in that scene, is there? There could be the anti-aliasing, but we're going to see now. I reckon that is that. Yeah, 100%. So it's the overuse of the textures, I think. So it was on ultra, you needed high. It still looks great, right? Okay, so we jump in. So what we got? So we've got builds, we've got species, we've got appearance, and we've got the finalize where you name your character. And they've all got their own attributes and stats. And there is a lot to cover here, of course. So I guess I'll cover the basics of it, and you guys can delve in your own time if you fancy it. So what have we got going on? So we've got custom builds, not recommended for new players. And then we've got the standard issue builds, which is recommended for new players, of course. So what builds do we have access to? So we can go with species, gender, male and female. We've got some bouncy bosoms. Bouncy bosoms! Yeah, so we're going to go male, and we're going to go, because I don't want to be hoarded by simps. And then what else we got going on? So can we change? So I can't get my hands on whether I'm human, and I can't get my hands on race. I can only pick between male and female, which, as recommended for new players, I would say limits us big time. Any advice in the chats as well, I would greatly appreciate. Thank you for Bob's being the first one to jump in now. Show us your tits. Exactly. Okay, so we're going to go with appearance, and we're going to go customize. Ooh, okay, this is cool. So we've got presets, which we can have up to 4 of, and then we've got so these are sliders. Ooh, okay, these are weird sliders. So everything is here, but it's done in a slider based mechanic. So yeah, you can change most things there. I'm not going to bother with that because that would just take way too long. I do want to lighten my guy up a piece and probably give him some hair because he's looking. Let's have a look at the hair. Can we zoom in? So we've got rotate. I don't see a zoom in, boys. So it seems. Oh, hang on now. Ah, cool. Awesome. No, we don't have a lot of hairstyles. We have literally limited to 3 of them, other than being bold. So hair color as well doesn't seem to change the tone very much, which is not great. I mean, it just gives it a little sheen and a shine. I mean, he's not looking my type of dude at all. And again, if I sit here and customize, maybe I don't see any way to put a scar on his face. I don't see any way to make him look like me. I'm just going to be pulling these sliders around, trying to squidge his face into some sort of, because he, to me, he kind of looks Egyptian. I don't know about you guys. So the base man model is definitely not a Caucasian man. So I'm going to be messing around with this, trying to make him look white, which for me is obviously going to be a problem. He definitely can be Chinese and Japanese by squinting the eyes there. So there is that. But there doesn't seem to be many options here. Like, a lot of it is you're getting lucky with what you look like or what you want your character to look like. So I'd probably go with this game with a female character. But then again, you've got to put up with the harassment of simps So it's completely up to you on that one. I'm going to stick with this guy because he seems okay. He's got long hair that could glitch, so I'm probably just going to go with bold. And that is a bad thing. Like, I don't want to play a game bald, but in this case there's only 4 options and bald is the best one. So that's a shame because I don't want to be bald. And we're going to go with I don't want people to find me too easy. How can we do this? Do that. Actually, I'm just going to put Shanus because I might actually take this up if it's any good. Okay, now it won't let me delete. Why is that then? Okay, that's weird. The customization locked due to build preset. Build preset. What in the world? Okay, so if you didn't want to go as a bald human, you can flick through and go to very specific creatures, I would say. They are races, of course, but they are basically coming across as creatures. Now, solo average, group play average, PvE is strong, and also PvP is strong with this guy. And he looks okay. He kind of looks more of a white dude than most. Kind of looks like that sort of Slavic Russian-y look. I could go with him. So he is a fighter and he's quite strong in health and the physical damage department, but he has no magic and he does very little speed. So I'm assuming that a caster is a mage, right? So yeah, these look like very specific builds to get you going. I mean, that's not bad. It's not bad. Like, this guy's the mage and this guy works out to be the fighter. The mage is probably a more interesting build, but I'm going to go ahead and take the fighter because why not? In fact, I'm gonna just disregard that. I'm gonna go with a mage because I normally play as a necromancer, so a mage is quite handy. 50 skill points, action tree. So these are the buffs you're gonna get. So each one has strengths and buffs, which is really interesting. How much that plays out in the real world, I don't know as yet. I'm going to go no, I'm not, because I don't want to be bugged again, do I? I want to make him white. What's going on? Right, so we can go like he can't, this guy can't actually go as white as the other one did. We have to go pink. Body hair. No. Okay, well, as he's a mage, maybe we can have like a strange hairstyle. There you go. That's about the one I'm going to go. Or should I go bald? No. Even less hairstyles with this guy. Rose. Okay, we'll go with this. I'm done. Customization wise, again, the only sliders that really made much difference to me was the snoz. Snoz shape. Kind of makes him look a little bit more Caucasian, I suppose. Ear shape down. Nose ridge. Chin. That's it. That is it, really. What's random? Ooh. Okay, he's randomized. Yes, okay. I've got Mr. Potato Head. So yes, the randoms are definitely random. He kind of looks okay. This guy's okay. I'm going to go with him. And then we're going to go and name him. Create. Siphon. Hang on. Do you think the time it takes to relinquish siphon to remove shields should be shorter than 45 minutes? I have no idea what that means, so I'm just going to say yeah. Anything that speeds the game up is good. What we got here? So enter Haven. Basically, just entering the game. So yeah, I mean, what do we think of that? Basic, but works, right? It just does the job. I would like to see more customization options. Like, honestly, to be able to make, there's no beard options, there's no color of the eyes from what I can see. I'm sure there is if you mess around with enough sliders and poke your nose in enough places, but from the basic sort of pick up and play aspect, the presets are bullshizzle, and I would rather them actually program the presets to make, say, like 3 different black dudes, 3 different white dudes, 3 different Asian dudes, so that you, and women of course, include the women, and then have the female orientation as well, so you can actually like use those presets. A lot of those presets made you look very strange and weird, and if you wanted to play weird, that's cool, but you can make that yourself, right? So we've got a very clean interface, and we've got a very small health bar and stuff at the top, which I don't dislike, but for the live stream I think we're going to mess around with this slider just to see what we can achieve. So user interface, can we see it grow behind? Yes, you can. You have to let go of the button, but you can actually see your interface grow. So let's go maxed out and see what it does, just for extreme. And there you go. So you've got really big text, which is great. This is a problem I found with Black Desert. Even though you increased the user interface, the actual text wouldn't grow with the interface. So now I'm going to bring that back down a piece. We've also got target frame, scale. Again, a lot of options here. Adrenaline bar. You can change the opacity of all of these as well. So I think this is about right. I've made it slightly bigger, but not too intrusive. Cool. So we've got the tutorial, we've got the combat. So let's go to training dummies, wherever they are. We're not going to miss them. I mean, visually, yeah. I mean, I can buy it, you know, it looks good. We've got some reflections in that puddle there, which unfortunately, as I move forward, you can't see. There you go. So we've got some reflections in the puddle. And with anti-aliasing turned up, you might find you have better results than me. But at the moment, because of live streaming and recording, I have got this game set to high to ultra. So most of the stuff is up high. There's a few on ultra, and then there's a couple switched off like motion blur and stuff. Okay, I like the environment. Let's check the sounds for you guys. I've got birds tweeting and whatnot. I learned a new skill of endurance, and I've just left the cave, so it's not slow at all. There is nothing behind me, by the way, guys. There's no bars or anything you're missing out on yet. So everything that I'm doing, you're able to see. Yeah, really cool. So we've got particle effects. I mean, already it's just striking me as a nice place to be. And again, I'm not paid or sponsored in this video. All they done was send out the game for a month and said give it a go. I try new games all the time, and they obviously know this. So by applying for, you know, partnerships with companies, I usually go for bigger companies. This company itself has just, you know, hit me up in the emails and said check out a game. So I appreciate them doing that, but I have no qualms about saying that this game is good or bad, or you know, it's a first impressions, and I will be treating it as such. So we just hold E to gather. Yeah. If you want the volumes louder on the gathering, let me know. So I gathered a whole bunch of wolf bush there. What we do with the wolf bush is yet to be seen. I've got no shoes on. We're starting proper vagabond, proper peasant right now. Combat 2. What else we got here? But they're all combat tutors. Where's the training dummy that it said to go to? Okay, another combat tutor. I feel like if I walk past these guys, I might be messing up the tutorial. Ooh, there's a bunch of zombies down there. Okay, we'll go back. Let's speak to one of these guys. Okay, we can't. Right, follow the icon. Ah, the big blue circle. Okay, you can't miss that one. So X will draw the weapon. Sweet, that was loud. And we've got poke. And that's all on the same button right now. So you've got left slash, right slash, and overhead plus poke. All on the same button. There is a nice blurred effect to the sword when I swing it, which is something you don't see very often. Not without motion blur enabled. Clicking the attack is fast, but deals very low damage. In order to deal real damage, you will need to charge your attack. Ooh. Okay, we've got charge attack. There you go. He's holding his sword up. He's got his hand ready. He's like, oi, you, son. Big damage. There you go. And again. Cool. I have no control. If you've ever played, what is it called now? Is it Chivalry? I played Chivalry 1 the other day, and I realised that the combat in that's quite good because of the way that you need to actually choose which way you're going to attack. So you might attack into like the left rib or the right rib, the top of the head. You might have to knock a shield away from someone. So I'm hoping this game has a little bit more freedom to its combat other than just pressing the left trigger. Because if that's the case, then the left trigger's not going to gauge whether the person I'm fighting against is going to block with their left hand or their right hand. That could cause a problem in PvP. So that's an interesting one. Now it says hit during with right attack. But again, there is no way to gauge it. Hang on. So is it the fact that I'm hovering left that he swings that way and then right to swing that way? I think that's how it's working. I think depending on where you aim at the person, that's... Yeah, look. No, it doesn't, bro. It's so confusing. Okay, I think it's auto. I'm going to go with auto on this one. Right mouse button to block. It says block right, block middle, block up. And again, I'm just pressing one button. You can see here. It seems to be roughly based on where you look. So it kind of works, but it feels a little off. Not bad, just off. Find the tutor. Okay, let's go do that. You can get off my screen now. Can we get a mouse? Ooh, okay, so pressing Alt on the keyboard usually will bring up a little mouse cursor, so you can actually close that box. You have to press escape on this one and bring up the menu, which is horrible in your face. But that's just how they're doing it. Let's go to a tutor. Wow, we're going to have combat with someone already? Oh, okay, here we go. Let's fight an NPC and see what the PC's got to say. Again, go off my screen. Surely just pressing escape should just close out anything that's on your screen. Right. Do we have to say, I want to fight you? No, it just says attack. So we're going to go for a hard attack and get a dirty hit. To your chin. Come at me, bro. Alright, resets if you leave the circle. That's puppage. Ooh. So was I hit there or did I block? I don't even know if that was fair. Give some. Give some. Okay, we don't even need to fight. It says go to the graveyard. Okay, he's reset. I mean, I've got blood on my sword. The combat, again, kind of feels cheap. And I don't mean cheap as in dirty. I mean cheap as in not very flushed out, not very smooth. It doesn't feel premium in the combat. And this game is predominantly, from what I understand, a PvP endgame. And majority PvP through the game if you're unlucky. So I'm hoping the combat can get a little bit more sort of flushed out, you know, like it doesn't feel very stiff and it feels quite floaty, and I don't really have much control over what's happening, but it is just a tutorial, so give me a chance to perfect my swordsman skills. Just use click and drag when blocking like this, and for attacking I recommend movement keys and hotkey for the other two attacks. Right, okay, I will hotkey, so I've got Q, R, F, C, and T that's allowed up. Q, R, why is that Q, R? Where, what? Oh, because W, right? So Ease interact. So yeah, I can see where all of those need to be rekeyed. Let me just go ahead and do that real quick. So let's keybind some stuff. So you're saying about the attack, right? So let's have a look. Interact is E, of course. Here we go. Hot bar, action bar. Where's the other one? Oh, here you go. Perfect. They're actually laid out in little sections, which is really helpful. Again, something Black Desert needs to really sort out. So Q's fine, and I would say that R, that one, and that one. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so now I just need to do the attacks. Do I have Discord? I can send you nice config. That is very good. Yes, I do have Discord, and it has just been put up by Bubs the mod, so thank you very much. Let's jump in to the graveyard. I'm liking the music. I feel like it's quite nice. Peaceful, calm, and with the ambience of the forestry, it's really nice as well. To use your resting skill, use L to open skill window, right? Click the resting icon. This is a little bit, I don't like this. Like every time they tell me some information, which is decently laid out and explaining itself very well, I have to press escape and then move the mouse cursor, which you guys can't see, but then I click that, then I'm presented with this really awful pause menu. If I press escape, it should just get rid of everything on the screen and go back to this. That would be a really easy fix for the devs. Okay, cool. So L and resting. Right click to start resting. Again, the menu doesn't disappear when I activate that. When I activate it, it would be nice for it just to go away. Again, look, I've got to keep closing two menus. That sucks. Okay, so we're chilling on the floor with my arm through my kneecap. And we're looking at these guys who are waiting patiently for me to oof them. But it says left button to parry after a counter. Okay, let's get up and do the counter. Draw my weapon. On guards. Here we go. Is anyone going to attack? Do I have to attack them first? There you go. Just drag one. Ooh. Do that again. Bring it. The timing. So left mouse button to parry to perform a counter. Why am I getting hit? I'm on block. I think it just wants me to hit him. I'm not getting this. So left mouse button after a parry. But I can't parry him, he just attacks. Okay, his combat's going to take a little while to get used to. Okay, just... Not much of a parry, was it? It didn't knock him back. It didn't stun him. That just felt like a normal block. Right, hang on a minute. Let me go up here. I have a feeling that by parry they mean... Oh, he's actually coming at us. Bro, go back to your box. Go away. That's it. Do one. Okay, so L to rest, wasn't it? Let's do that. Again, close the box. Sweet. By sitting down, do we get health back? Yeah, we do. Okay, that regains health. Right, that's good. That gives me a moment to talk about that. So, parry is normally when you block at the right time of impact, and then you normally stun or knock the enemy back. In 99% of games, that's how it works. In this game, it just feels like a normal block. And your normal block just allows hits through. So that is going to take some practice to get used to. And I don't know if that's something that we're going to... There's another player. Whee! Welcome. He just runs straight past everyone. When you parry, your next attack is a heavy attack. Ah, so you have to get the parry to get the heavy attack. And you don't get damaged. You don't get damaged on a parry, but you do on a block. So maybe I'm just like that weak. We are running around in our pants, remember. There is no armor or anything. So maybe when I block in future, I won't get hit through the block too much. Because that was quite punishing. I probably taking about quarter life bar damage. Now after you sit, you can bandage to keep the rest buff. Ooh. Hang on, I can gather grass while I'm sitting. Alright, let me have a little look at this. So you're saying I can bandage myself now. Surrender or combine. Profession skills. Oh man, I've got to go into that in a bit. So inventory. Does this have crafting, or is this more of a find and use what you find? So once you're down, you would advise bandaging myself for a little buff. You were blocking in the wrong direction. I mean, again, the directional block feels weird anyway. I'll give it a go. So this you would say is what? Standard block? Is like overhead block? But that's left. I can kind of see that, like that. So he blocks to the left, and then this side kind of blocks to the right half the time. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay. It's going to take some getting used to. It's not bad. It's just different. What up, my man? Cord. What's this? Trade, Whisper, Ranked Duel. Can we duel with him? I think he's better at combat than me already, though. Oh! He took that my man's head off. The visuals in this game are pretty good. Let's drag this over here so I can practice on my own. Right, so how am I going to know which way they're going to attack? Let's have a look. Right, okay, I think I got it. There you go. Which way, which way? Oh, that's just straightforward. It doesn't work. Like, I'm blocking right, even though I'm blocking to the left of her. Is there a way to guarantee which way I'm blocking? Right, I've done the challenge. I need to figure this out. Right, there you go. Boom, stabbed. Is it? Do you have to press like block 3 times to make sure you get the right one? Because if I keep clicking it, I guarantee I get the left. Look. That is so jank. There you go. She's down, and she dropped loot. Hello. Freshwalker's head. Okay, so far though, the game's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Your sensitivity is probably too high. Ah, good shout out, my man. Didn't even cross my mind. I just thought it was broken. Okay, let's have a little look. Where's the sensitivity bars at? User interface, gameplay. Drag sensitivity is at 100%. The mouse sensitivity is at 50, so we bring that down to what, 40? It is a slow-paced game. Let's try 80 and go down in 20. Go down in 10 increments. Attack style: drag and click, click then drag. What's the difference? Let's try the other one. Block style. Okay, hang on. There's again. They've done very well with the options in this game. There is so many options you can play around, get it to your likings and tastings, that it just works. Like, I really fucks with this company. I think they've got the right idea, and for this game to have been out this long, plus had a previous game out and not took off massively, I'm still trying to figure out what's bad about it, because at the minute it's okay. It's actually okay. So mouse, drag and click. Click and drag. Or movement keys. Determines the way that the block is directed. Let me just see what movement keys do. So by moving it will change? Oh, I see. I think I prefer that. So if I want to... Yeah, I can definitely get these every time. So if I want to block left or right, I have to move left or right. The only problem with that is, in PvP, they'd know where I'm coming at them and what I'm doing based on where I'm moving, right? that give me away sort of thing. Can I steal my man's loot? Oh yeah, you can. He's already armoured up though, bros. I don't want to like... He didn't attack me, which is decent. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try the other ones as well. Yeah, you're right. I'll try all of the settings to try and figure it out. Right, okay, let's see what she's going to do. I'm going to keep walking right. See if we can beat it with very little damage. But that's an overhead, right? So what's that? Forward? There you go. I think I'm more comfortable with that. But I might change my mind later. Because it works, right? And there is a massive hitbox with them as well. There you go. I didn't take damage. Finished. And lootage. Yeah, I'm quite comfortable with that. I think blocking with the WASD works really well for me. But unfortunately I took a lot of damage there. What was it again? L. No. Yeah, it was L, wasn't it? Just on the wrong one. Gotcha. Yeah, let's have a sit down. Let's have a little chat. Clicking and dragging. So you think clicking and dragging's better? Drop the bones. The bones are no good to me now. I'm warning you, once you get the hang of it, this game's addicting. I hear that. I hear that it's got like a very loyal and small community. But I checked it before I came online. SteamDB said that this game had 500 players active before I came live. And I think I checked it like 2 days ago when they actually sent the game out, and it had the same. It had around 480 or something. So there is a small community that tends to bump every sort of day or two, which I assume is like the clans, right? It's got to be the clans, and they're all coming online and playing it regularly. Okay, good. Why am I walking so slow? Have I activated walk? Ooh, what's he doing? Hang on, I've got status bar come up. What's that? Too much weight. Ah, that's why my man said drop the bones. You're already way ahead of me, guys. You're already giving me good advice. Let me get rid of the head. And the walkers, dead carcasses. I'm carrying bodies around. Let's get rid of those. Now I've just got grass and some coins. Now I'm going to move my inventory up here so you guys can see it as and when I want it. Yeah, cool. Put some resources down here. I'll be in the chat in 2 seconds. So we've got now. What's this? Ooh, there's a lot to take in the first tutorial, I tell you. But it is a good tutorial so far. Like, I'm not feeling overwhelmed too much. To open the loot bag, press E. We've already opened the loot bag. Right click an item to move it to your inventory. So this is just picking items up, which we've already done. Okay, so it wants me to go and collect 3 zombie heads. Where them heads are through? Can't I get them? Damn it. They've disappeared. Come on then. Let's have another go at this. Flap. Flap. Big damage. Yes, now we're talking. It doesn't take long to get used to it. Ooh, but it is overwhelming when you first start. I would have thought that was an overhead block. Is that just standard issue block? The one where they try and push you in the tits? That. Yeah, that's just got to be a standard block because I'm running forward at her like I think it's an overhead. Execute. No way. She died before I could do it. He's had enough. Keep the head and sell it for gold. Well, I mean, my challenge is to get 3. So you're saying I shouldn't have chucked those away? Just the bones, yeah? The carcass. Let's have a little look. Where's she gone? And where's my loot? Oh, there it is. So the loot goes where she was. There's one head. And not take these. No, the carcasses is useless to us. We'll leave them be then. I'm going to go. I'm going to poke her right in the booty. Ooh, there you go. She's mad. She's coming at us. Black. See, that feels good. And I feel like combat is going to be very active. Definitely got to sort of move around. I don't know how to block that. I think I'm just doing that wrong. Hit some. Finish. What? What? Okay. I'm determined to get a finish move to stick. Whoa, where do you come from? I don't want to aggro more than one. Okay, yeah, just standard block but move back. I don't know what that is. I think that's our overhead. There you go. Finish. There's got to be better moves than that. I'm not doing it right. I'm going to drop all the carcasses in a minute. Okay, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, I think I've got 3 zombie heads. Now we've done that challenge. Hold R to open vendor window. They know they get me every time with that. There you go. There's not enough animation. I thought he was going to grab him and like finish him, you know. Where's the animation to the... What's the point in a finish move other than just punting it across the floor? Okay, I keep taking that awful pile of shiz because it kind of looks like loot. Yeah, these are no good. Old butcher. I'm gonna drop it. Right, good. Hold R. Okay, hold R is not working because I've changed the buttons. Bear with while I find R. Hold R. That's not working at all. I think it's a kick. What, the finish move? Yeah. Okay, hold R's not working. Any ideas, guys? Have a look. Hold R. I don't think R's even allocated to anything, is it? That's a weird one. So it wants me to open the vendor window. So now I've got to find the vendor in the left side. Hold R on the vendor. Hold R on the vendor. Okay, well, this guy. Yeah, look, vendor. Okay, that needs rewording. It says hold R, open vendor window. Not actually go to the vendor and hold R.
I have what you're looking for.
And R is E, by the way. So it's not without its jank. What we got here? So we've got leather. So I guess I can sell heads to him, right? Where's the sell button? Buy something from the vendor. Although I do have 300 odd gold. Okay, we'll buy that, we'll buy that, we'll buy that. Let's buy leather. Booties. And we've got different types of weapons. Which I wasn't expecting straight away. I wasn't expecting to be able to test out different weapons. I want something quick. I'm thinking the steel daggers. But then the range goes down, which will make it harder because the zombies do hit with a punch. I'm going to try the axe. You must match the price. Oh, I don't have 1 gold piece. Okay, we'll get rid of that. 80 silver. I've got no silver. Oh, that sucks. I can only buy bandage. Oh my days. Okay, I can only buy bandage.
Thank you.
So this is what I'm spending, and he actually sells them.
Nice talking to you.
Press tab and then right mouse button. Do what? Open your inventory. Haven't we already done that? And it's not tab, it's I. Now what? Open the character window with tab. Ah, so character window is normally on C in any other game you probably play. And I can't seem to drag it because it's now off the screen. Oh dear, oh dear. Right click to equip it. Right click to equip what? I bought bandages. What does it want me to equip? The bandage. It's not told me to buy anything. It's not told me what to buy. And now it's even saying equip something I don't have. So I'm going to go ahead and equip the torch. And then put the sword back. Because that's all I have. And I think the torch could maybe go as a secondary. But it doesn't look like it. There is a swappable weapon. There you go. Okay, so I now have a hot swap. I'm really bothered about this character box being up in the air like that. I don't know why that's done that. But it closes okay, so we'll just deal with it. What else we've got going on? So trade with a vendor, find the pigs. There you go. And again. So now when I press tab, it brings up both, which is nice. Go to L, sit on the floor for a bit. And back to chat. Laugh out loud. That free silver is copper. What? Free silver in copper. So the amount is to... So it works like real currency. Is that what you're saying? The most MMOs will have like 3 different types of currency. And then you have to like trade one for another. Maybe in-game real money as well to buy a certain currency. So yeah, okay, good. So I can actually buy some armor. I didn't know that. That's awesome. So it kind of works like the real world. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Let me go back to the dudes.
Let me show you.
Ah, let me show you. So if I want to buy like this, and then... So I've only got 3 silver at the moment. So do I have... How many copper to a silver? That's what I need to know. How much is that actually costing? So like this one's the cheapest at 10 silver. And it won't let me buy it. So I'm assuming 39 must be 100 for 1 silver piece, right?
Nice
Because math. Sell the heads and that's 100. Sell the heads. Again, how do I sell it? Do I drag it? Oh, that's nice. Nice and easy. Can you drag them all? That is them all. So they're 10 apiece.
Deal.
43 silver now, which is enough for a piece of armor.
Thank you.
Ooh. And then just right click in and go. No, because I'm in the vendor. Don't right click it.
Please come again.
Please come again. I like his accent. He's cool. Suave mofo. Right. Sit on the floor for a minute. I haven't moved from this area for about half an hour. And it is the tutorial beginning. And I don't mind. I'm really learning a lot. I think you guys are super helpful. Like, I heard that this has a toxic community, but for me, so far, you guys are like the best. Sell the heads for 100 apiece. Welcome to the game. I appreciate that, man. You're all just going to wait for me to put in like 6 months grind and then come butt fuck me somewhere in the bush and take all my shit. Sell the heads. I'm going to definitely sell them heads. Also, some dumb stuff they changed in the latest patch that messed it up. Go to the user interface setting and make user interface scale smaller. That, I think, isn't their fault. I did actually play with that a little bit, my friend, because I wanted taller health bars. The only problem is you can't pick what you want to make big and small, which would be a better update. So if I was able to say have the tutorial box stay the size it is, but then increase the bars at the top left to sort of match in with the compass, which is huge, by the way, that might have been a better way to do it. So let me now do character. Now I've got to get off the floor, have I? Oh, I am off the floor. Why is it not working? Tab. No, I still... Hang on. Let's try and do it. Oh, you can't. So I can't pause the game. Hang on, there's got to be an options around here somewhere. Journal, pet, social. I just want to shrink this. I mean, it works. I can get to the tabs. I just can't. Hang on, I'm going to have to shrink it even smaller than it was when we started. So yeah, you're right. It was their fault. So let's go 98. Yes, I don't dare move the inventory because that was in the corner. I'm just going to put this here for a minute. Settings. Do you know what? Once you get this right, though, it's not going to be a problem. It's only a problem because I'm new and I'm fumbling around, learning stuff. And you're going to break some shit when you're messing around. Let's be fair. Yeah, so I've still got access to my inventory. And now this can go like over here somewhere, unoffensive. That's a lot better. Now, it doesn't give me any functionality, but it looks nicer. And you guys can see it a bit clearer, which is good. So I've got strength buff there. I've also got constitution. Intelligence seems like I want to be rocking that. There's one on each. I'm just going to do that. So one on each of those. What's suicide? Just literally oof yourself. Why? Okay, good. Cha-ching. I'm happy with that. Find the pigs. I'm going to deal with these guys first because I want some money so we can buy some more armor and stuff. Right, after an attack, when you then block, it tends to lock to the standard block. So that block. And if I hit him, then go to block, it automatically goes to this block. Now, if I can see that he's now rearing up for a right punch, even if I'm like halfway through a chop, I then hold the right button, which is the way I right block, but he'll still block straight. That is a little bit jank, and that's why I said earlier, is it because I'm not blocking 3 times in a row? Because it seemed like it definitely clicks. See how it goes left and right? I can do it, but when I swack him, it goes to that. And that is a problem with the combat that needs fixing, because I'm always going to be watching what he's doing and then trying to counter it, but it's always going to be one step slower than me. Now I can counter that, of course, by, you know, human... Oh, hang on. Trying not to get human error on it, but it's going to make me frustrated, I think, that. Like there, look. Yes, it worked. Because I didn't block straight away. Ooh, that was my fault. I went left. What is that? I don't know how to block that one. There you go. A prime example. Did you see it? So I blocked straight. Not my fault. I'm holding left. So this might not be the best control scheme after all. Dude, just die. Damn. There you go, man down. Poke him in the booty. Get him. Where's his loot? Ah. Alright, I want all that. Now I'm going to see about these corpses. We can do it. I saw it. That's it. You should join a guild. Oh, definitely. As soon as I get a chance, I will join the biggest guild there is. Right, so I have the leather tunic. And how much money do I do? So I want to sell this, which is worth nothing. This would take forever to do this.
Only the best. for you.
Well, maybe. Yeah, this is going to take too long, isn't it? So I've got 28 silver. And I'm just going to buy what I can. So I want one of these. And I probably want some Trazzies, which is now 30, which is too much. Oh, that sucks.
Only the best for you. Welcome back.
Only the best.
Anytime.
Right, here we go. So now if I do inventory and we drag this across. Yeah, pretty easy. Now what happens if I right click? Does it automatically go on? Yeah, boy. Okay, that's nice. And I ain't got to look at my own sack anymore, which is decent. So I now have a suit of armor. I could stay here and get them other bits. I don't know if it's beneficial or not. It says find pigs. So I'll go down here and look for those. Again, visually pleasing though. This game's really nice and I'm running it like on high to medium settings with a few on ultra. So it's looking good. You made it all negative. You don't allocate points to your stats yourself. What? Oh my days. What do you mean? I'm already effing up. So now it's locked. Oh, there we go. Okay, so just leave it like that. When you leave Haven, you should start in Fabba Mum. I do have a fab mum. She's awesome. Is that the place I'm going to, or is that the guild that I should join, you mean? You have to unclick. Yeah, so after an attack, you have to give yourself some breather room. That's what I was trying to explain. You're perfectly right there. That is the gist of it. So after you attack, you're in like this animation. And if you hit the right button at any time, no matter what direction you want to block, you will just automatically block straight. And to be fair, them zomboids, they weren't attacking straight very often. They were doing overhead, lefts and rights. And I was getting like, you know, my ass handed to me by some bots there, boys. Hey, piggy. Going on here. Unlike the undead, the pigs are more docile and will not attack you in sight. But they will once I poke them, surely. That is a good looking pig. You guys have been playing this game. This game looked good, right? Like, it's a good looking game overall. Pig's going down. Yes. Okay, that is big damage. I feel bad. This pig's not even fighting back. Fuck. A bit of pork just went. Yes. This is what this game needs more of. This needs some fucked up sense of humour. Okay, so I for inventory, right click for the carcass, hold left click for the butcher. When it says butcher, does it mean to butcher the meat, right? We need to test this. What is holding left click? Run, piggy, run. Sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. Oh, that is gross. This game gives no shiz. So, again, hold left click for the butchy button. Hold right click for the carcass or left click. Just left click it. Is it because I've got my sword out? Okay, left click's not doing what it's saying. I can hold E to loot it, which is also the same as picking up the pig carcass with the right button. Which also doesn't work. So left button, right button's not working for me, guys. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it is just pick it up. Oh, from here. So left click from here, my bad. Hold left click, that's still not doing anything. So I only have right click. And then maybe in the inventory, left click. I don't know what it's saying. Is this game foreign and then like translated into English? You should join my guilds when you leave Haven. I'll help you with some of your gear to get started. Okay, awesome. So that's Rev SS. Thank you for the offer there. I'm a bit confused as to what that is talking about. It says combat. I'm going to have to sit on the floor and think about my life, because I killed 2 innocent pigs and yet still can't manage to work out what left click is telling me to do. Hold left click on the butchery button. I'm sure that's just to kill a pig. The tutorial doesn't have any more that you can click on to get any more information, so it's literally just what it says there. I'm going to wait for my health to regain. Oh, I paused my chat, my bad. Okay. In your bag, pick up the carcasses, loot it first, then click the carcass in your bag. Right, I can definitely do that. Here's the carcass. Left clicked it. It says right click to butcher. Okay. And then it says left click the butcher button. Does it mean this? Oh, that's so simple. It's so simple, but it makes it sound so bloody confusing. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, welcome to Mortal Online, right? That's the vibe I'm getting. I mean, it works. Yeah. It's just one step too many. I just feel like that's one click more than you needed. So now I've ended up with bone treasure, or sorry, bone tissue and pig meat, which ain't a bad shout, you know. I've got some hide now as well. Maybe I'll craft myself a new hat or something. And we're off the floor, which is good. I feel like these are actually worth butchering. I'm going to go ham on the pigs. They don't run away. They don't hurt back from what I can tell. I'll bust you all up. Come on. I was feeling sorry for you, but, you know, I'll get some good gains out of you lot. The stamina bar doesn't seem to go down much, which is the yellow, right? If I'm not mistaken. Black. Oh, there he goes. Did that pig just get dirty? I swear that pig just got dirty when it rolled down the dirt. Come on now. It might just have a dirty underbelly. Do some. You can feed it to your animals. Oh, nice. Black. Oh, so vicious. I feel like I'm going to get banned playing it. Pig loot. Hold E. Do you know the funny thing though? It's not vicious in a bad way. It's vicious in a good way. Like, you don't see enough of this. Oh, hello. Gather, gather, gather. Why am I stuck again? Why am I stuck? What is happening? Have I stayed too long in the tutorial? You picked up too much carcass. That's what she said. Alright, let me get rid of these. So you become cumbersome quite often, I would imagine, in this. Right, now I'm left with Emalgi. What's Emalgi? Shift and right click to split the stack. And then I've got some more resources there of plants, which is good. Yeah, I mean, I'm having a great time. I love these games anyway. Like, I'm a big MMO fan. I have a whole channel dedicated to MMO. So I can spend hours just doing really pointless tasks. Find the ranger camp. Okay, will do. I've bludgeoned a bunch of pigs, you know. I got my ass handed to me by some AI zombie bots. And now we're looking for the ranger. Hey, what up, whammers? Hold E to trade. Right, what does she want then? Buy a bow and arrow. Click to equip the bow, click to equip the arrows. Pretty simple stuff, boys. Let's see if I can manage it without looking like a complete pleb. Let's go with what? A few arrows? 20? It's 10. I don't know if I can afford that. 50 and... oh, I can't afford it. Maybe if I sell some gubbins. There you go. Take... whoa! Bone tissue's worth 10 silver. Yes, my boys. What's this worth? Ah, ain't worth nothing. A Mauji, whatever it is. And how much is meat? Did I just say 50 silver for a bit of fucking meat? Surely farming the tutorial area has got to be... you keep this stuff when you leave. That is ridiculous. I buy 3. I buy 1 for the whole family. That's what I do. I want like 20 arrows maybe? Something like that. Yes. Okay, sweet. Now I'm going to bring up the character menu, which I believe... hang on, I've got to remember the buttons now. Tab, right? There you go. Let's pop that there. Then we're going to go equip. Yes. Is that my secondary now? Let me take a little look-see. No, we need to switch that out. Bish bash bosh. Where did the arrows go? Oh, the arrows go down here. Okay. So it's just a... he's got one of them heather... is it a heather it's called? Where you put your arrows? And then we've got some leather as well, which I could sell. It seems like that's what I would assume to be the most expensive. No! 7. So... out of all of that, I would say the bones, which you don't want anyway. I mean, the meat was good, but like the bones is something you don't want anyway, from what I could imagine. Yeah, I mean, shit. I'm gonna go kill some more pigs. Hello, another player. Bye then. Okay, I'm going to go get some pigs. I want to use my bow and arrow as well. How do we switch weapon? That must be a really simple way to switch weapon. Just this. It's on a quick key. Swap weapon set. Again, it could just tell me a key right there as to what I'm supposed to press. You keep 4 gold worth of stuff, and what you have on is when you leave. So basically, I want to buy armor with the next lot of money. Yes, to your face. Okay, how much damage we do? He's run off. I don't know which one it was. He's blended in. He's done an Assassin's Creed on me. I think it's that pig at the end. Yeah, I think it is. He's got an arrow sticking out of his back. There's no way it's still going. It is still going. The sound effects are sick. Okay, cool. Do I get my arrows back? Oh, you lose the arrows. Oh, that's a missed trick. You should get your arrows back. They should drop on the floor. What happens if I fire one in the air? Let's do a test. Oi. Is it coming back? No, it's gone for good. Bye-bye, Mr. Piggy. You can make gear out of bones later. Try to fire one at this guy, look. I think he knows what I'm up to. I just want to get the pig, bro. Oh, I might have hit him. I don't think he noticed. Did I get him? It's in his bag. I don't think we can do damage to him yet. We're in tutorial zone, right? Oh, in the face. This game's like harsh. So now I feel about it. I kind of like it and I kind of loathe it. I'll take a bit of that, a bit of that. Right, let's go sell our meats. Oh, cumbersome. Let's chop them up. There we go. It's good that you don't have to make a knife. I play a lot of survival games where you have to make a knife before you can do that. Right, we've still got 49 silver, which is decent as well. Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk. Where did that come from? So just 4 gold and what I'm wearing. So we're going to make sure we're wearing the Don Juan of gear. Let me sell all this crust. I tell you what, the tutorial, although I've sort of fumbled through it, not being the most intelligent fellows, I think I've done all right. I think the tutorial works okay. I think it's set out in a nice way. Do we take arrows? Is it worth me buying a bunch of arrows or no? You said I can take 4 gold though, didn't you, as well? So I can buy an amount of gold. How does that work? I'm buying 4 gold. How much does that cost? Surely that cost me 4 gold. I don't understand how that works. It's 1 gold per piece and I want 4 of them. Right click to sell. I can get 1 gold for my silver apparently. So I might as well just keep what I've got, ain't I? I am curious though whether we can afford... Yeah, we can have 1 gold. We can't have 2 gold. Okay, cool. So it is this. It's just transferring your money into gold. That's all it is. So we need to make enough money to get 4 gold as well. Alright, then we go get some armor and then we're going to go and try some other stuff. So it's 100 silver for 1 gold. So it's 100 bronze for 1 silver. Pretty simple stuff. You can leave Haven when you like with 10 gold. Oh. That's what I meant. So 10 gold total. Okay. I mean, it's really good to farm them pigs and just get the gold. And then when you leave, you've at least got something as a new player. I don't know if it's going to benefit me in any way. I don't know if you guys think it's worth it. But, you know, that's what I would do normally. So I'm kind of going through it as I would play it. Right. So what do we need? Let's have a look. Ta-da! So we need a helmet. We need left and right arm. And I think we can have a cape. But this guy don't sell one. I can't see anything else, really. This has got to be what we need. That's got to be the other side. Has he got shoes? No shoes. I guess that comes in with the trousers. Right, we'll accept those. And then weapon wise, I did want to buy this, so I'm going to buy that as well. I might even buy this spear. That's a boar spear. I'll take that. And again, he sells gold too. And also silver coins. Yeah.
Please, come again.
Come again. Right. His face looks a little bit low res for some reason. Okay, we're going to go... Bosh. Yeah, it's fully decked out, boys. And now I can switch the... Right, let's have a look at the stats in a minute, because it doesn't put the stats against the one in the inventory. Again, another mechanic for some of the other MMOs we play is when you hover your inventory, it compares it to what you have equipped. It makes life so much easier and quicker to just get like going. This one doesn't, so I've got kind of got to look at it from memory. So we do 5 and 10 damage on slicing and piercing. Then I go down here and I do 6 and 8. So that's actually worse than the sword, but could be quicker. So we're going to give it a go. Doesn't feel quicker. We'll find out. Maybe the block radius is down as well. That was genius. Ooh. Black. I can't block that. I don't understand. That's a normal one now. No, don't run away. Come back. It's an overhead. I just don't know how to do it with the keys. I just get out of the way of that, I'm good. My man was right in the chat. The combat is fun once you master it. Because it takes you to actually do something. Instead of just spamming buttons. Oh, this takes forever. Bro. And then he just goes away. Please tell me he's not resetting. He is resetting. What a pleb. Right, we'll even be. He's just resetting every time. But yeah, I mean, that combat was satisfying now. And especially by not taking damage, it makes you feel good. How good does that tree look, by the way? That tree's awesome. I play a lot of Daisy, and Daisy always wows me with its lighting and foliage. Bro, I'll chop you. There you go. Get the pork. Get beefed. Oh. Yeah, this ain't powerful at all, is it? Dude. I feel like I'm being mugged off. This is shit. Okay, that makes a massive difference there. So, although it's 5 and 10, the blunt damage is 7. The sword does less blunt damage, which is only 6 and 8. You think 1% wouldn't make a difference. But my God, does it feel clunky. Let me try again. Oh, way better. Look at the pig damage. Look at the pig damage at the top there. Right? Watch. 1%. That's hard hit. That was a hard hit, right? What's a small hit? Same thing. So the basic low attack is so bad on this compared to what you'd get off of the sword that I can't even justify it. I can only go for hard hits with the steel bearded axe. Hard hits only. Now again with this, look, if I charge this, barely any damage. But if I poke him, still crap. I mean, this is crust. I would say that the sword is the only thing worth having right now. Oh, by far. It done half-life bar damage. I don't know if it's because I'm in tutorial or what. Well, I'm just going to kill enough of these to get gold. And then I've got to go to the training dummy area. Heavy again, I'm heavy again. Okay, good. Have a look. Right click, left click. Something I'm realizing is that just to do the menial tasks, the bare basic shiz in this game, once you've got the practice of what does what, where you have to go for certain things, it feels nice to play. It is a very nice game in the feeling you get as a player as feedback. It feels like you have a purpose to everything you're doing, and it gives you like a rewarding feeling. Even just getting a pig done and learning how to butcher it is a nice feeling. Something like PAX D kind of tries that, but it doesn't quite pay off very well. I think in this game it pays off straight away because it is so clunky when you first start. Now I'm having a great time just doing this. I mean, I'll eventually obviously won't want to do this again, but for now I'm quite happy doing it. Okay, I think we've got enough. Oh, you just wait, sir. Oh dear. Does it get better or worse? Oh, because I've just scratched the surface. Enjoy the journey. I'm going to try my best. And again, like I say, the developers did send out the game code, so I'm hoping they see this video at some point and we get like a year's subscription, because I don't have the time to sort of come every week and do something like this, but I would like to revisit this game like over the period of a year. But again, with a subscription based service that may or may not be active or come into play. What do you guys think of that? Like, how obviously the game needs funding somehow, right? Okay, good. Let me just sell my shiz. I want to get the general consensus of you guys, because you're the main player base, you're the guys playing it all the time now. So is it something you are supporting? It has a partner system. Let me find your link. Oh, sick. Send it to my Bubs. Can you pop a Discord up? Hang on, I'll do it myself. I don't know if she's in the chat right now. Good. There you go. If you can send it to my Discord, just pop me an inbox in there. That would be sick, because then I won't lose it. Right, okay, so what else we've got going on? So gold, coins, da-di-da-di-da. So we just want to buy gold. How many can we get? I'm gonna add one at a time and see what happens. Still only 2. That's going to take me too long to farm. So I'm just going to go ahead and say I'll take the 1 gold coin and deal with it. There is 100, what's called 100 of them, so I can get silver for that. Now I've got 26 silver, so it's going to take me a while to get the gold. So I'm going to continue with the tutorial. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I'm sure you've all gone through this 100 times. Take out your bow and fire. So it's going to give me some crossbow training, which we already have because we've been oofing pigs. Again, I'd like an easier way to switch weapons. Let me check the settings real quick. So we've got inventory, character sheet. Where is weapon switch? Abilities, slows, rare object. There's not actually that many keys. I think there's a fair amount of keys, but they're not actually anything I'm too worried about. Toggle criminal actions, push to talk. Well, push to talk should be miles away from anything, so that needs changing. Toggle cursor, interact. Thrust attack. Why is thrust attack left? Oh, that should be on my mouse. There we go. Block is right mouse button. Again, that's good. So swapping the... Oh, it's mouse wheel. It's mouse wheel button. Ah. Perfect. That's really good. That is really good. Okay, now we've found it. Oh, I thought it was going to give me some free bows. Or arrows. Okay, we're going to go for the red. Can we stabilize it with shift? Okay, there's no like sniper mechanic. Boom. Going to go for the headshot. Boom. So it just says hold left and hit the dummies in the chest. Doesn't matter where. Just in that vicinity. Ooh, there's a dip. There's an arc to the arrow. I like it when they do that. We played, oh, what was that game now? It's like a Robin Hood sort of crafting game. And they had a similar mechanic to the bow. Find the Springboks. That dude's got a horse. Springboks. What's a Springbok? Am I going too far? The waypoints works well. I like the compass system. Can't really get lost. Ooh, I love some of that action. Let me find your link. Did you manage to find the link, my friend? Right, let's go over here, and now we're going into a bigger area. Seems like a new enemy type, right? The left click until the bow is fully drawn, deal maximum damage. Ah, okay. So crouch isn't on C, nor is crouch on Alt or Control. So I'm not even sure this game has a crouch. Dude, you just scared all my things away. What a piece. Have you sent the link? Oh, I appreciate that, man. I will leave it at this and lurk. I appreciate it, man. Wait for it, wait for it. This one's dopey. It's fucked up. This one's the one. Oosh. Ooh, big damage. You go for another one? Okay, cool. I wonder if that stunned them. I'm going to try that again. Where'd it go? Hello? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Oh, I lost my loot. Bring this up. I'm going to hit that. I'm going to go butcher. Nice. Okay, again, a bunch of stuff we can sell. Probably worth more than the pigs. Now, I am out of bows at this point, so now it says loot the carcass, which I've done. Try and get these with the guys with a sword. Baby, come back. Oh, get some. This could take a while. I love the fact that it keeps telling me to learn taming with E. Oh, they're sneaky. There you go. There you go. There you go. Right, hold R. Again, R doesn't do anything. Hold E. Loot the carcass. Now it says, using a butcher table instead of skinning knife will yield more resources. That makes sense. Go back to the ranger camp. Well, not with this full beast, I'm not. There we go. I don't want to weigh a ton, do I? Window now closed due to moving. Okay, good stuff. So far, so good. I like the visuals. I like the gameplay aspects. Some of them, like I say, take a little getting used to, a little bit clunky, a little bit frustrating, but only when you first start. Once you become sort of native with it, and the bow's really good. I think if the bow yields a decent amount of damage, then it could be used in PvP, which I would feel really comfortable with. I think the visuals are on point. The sound effects and the music kick in at the right time. Look at that waterfall. And this game ain't even on maxed out settings right now. It's an environment I would spend time in, personally. And I think that makes a massive difference, because I never knew this game existed. And I'm glad the developers have helped me find it, because without finding it, you know, I'm not connecting with you guys. And you guys seem awesome in the chat. Like, I think there's more friendly to start people in the chat right now than there was yesterday. Or was it the day before? Day before yesterday with Black Desert Online. And they were great. You know, Black Desert Online community is awesome. I got scared off of this game because people were like, you're going to have a bad time, bro. You're going to find out. I'm having a great time. Ooh. Okay, let's go here. All the guys are awesome. That's it. I pretty much have had nothing but a positive experience so far. And we're already 4 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? I can't believe it's taken me this long to get through the tutorial. I'm definitely doing a second part to this, 100%. There's just too much game here to cover in one video. It's just not going to happen. Alright, so I need a bow to continue. So I'm going to have to go and get some arrows from the shop. Which luckily is only here. Now let me know if I get any lag on the stream, because obviously I can adjust the game as we go and find out what is causing that lag. But seems pretty good. Oh, we've got a dude over here, look. And he's found the butchery table. Which, I guess we're supposed to bring a carcass here, actually. That makes sense. She's got our bows, didn't she? There we go. Right, 82 bows. There's no way I'm doing 82 bows on a tutorial, that's for sure. Can we cook a meat? Ah, I might be getting ahead of myself here. So if I put meat in there, hold to cook. There is no way it's going to cook 700 pieces of meat in one go. No way. It did. It gave me 200. I bet there's some tasty eatings right there. Most people are nice. Lots of players have thousands of hours in this game. If you love it, you love it. If kind of like a drug. Yeah, you kind of get hooked in. Right, let's flip this. Do you know what it is? It's that Skyrim sort of mechanic, you know, camera view feel to it. It's got that kind of Skyrim vibe, but it's not. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, you're not playing something that's a Skyrim knockoff or something like that. You are playing something more along the lines of DayZ that comes with a bit of jank, a little bit of character, and that character takes either someone to love it or hate it. And if you do love it and you do get on with it, then there is endless hours, endless content, endless things to do, people to meet, things to experience. I feel like this game has that, and I just don't understand yet why people kind of have that really negative attitude. I got to find out. I've got to find out for myself. There's nothing out there really like it. That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. Like I said, I didn't know this existed, and I haven't played the first one. So the fact that I didn't know it exists, and I would say that I am more than an avid gamer. I own nearly every console. I own most of the collection of games for those consoles, and I am very much online 3 to 4 times a week, playing video games, first impressions, testing things for developers that ain't even been released yet, you know, especially looter shooters at the moment. I'm getting a lot of looter shooters that are unreleased, and I play a lot of bullshizzery and I play a lot of greatness, and I feel like not many people play as much games as me, and I have a good gist of video games in general based on experience. But this game automatically grabbed me from the gate, and the fact that it grabbed me from the gate means that there is something here that is worth exploring. Even if it only takes me 2 to 3 videos, 50 hours, it's still going to be worth it to find out what the hell this game has been hiding all of this time. Because a lot of people, I see nothing but people sort of, I wouldn't even call it mixed, I would call it negative, you know, negative attitudes. Maybe because the game before now has been a bit jank or has problems, but, you know, I would change things about the game for sure. I've already seen some things that kind of make it feel a bit low rent and cheap, like the text. When you kill something, I'll just demonstrate that if I can get, like, basically when you level up, you get this really horrible, that text is jank. There's no sprinkles, sparkles, animations, glitter and glam. It's very boring. It's very, like, cheap. Early access, if you don't mind me saying. And I feel like that is probably some of it. You know, if people don't feel they're playing something that comes across premium, they can easily shit on it. And I don't really judge games like that. I tend to sort of mention it, but I can look way past it. Like, I've already forgotten about it. I'm thinking about the, you know, gameplay aspects. Am I having fun? Is that a nice environment to be in? It is pretty much what I'm accustomed to, what I like, what I enjoy. It's calm, it's peaceful, there's no annoying music, there's no annoying NPCs, no one's talking to me all the way through the tutorial telling me what I already know. Do you know what I mean? Like you've never played a video game in your life. It's just left me to my own devices. Yes, the tutorial could do a little bit of work on explaining, but really not really. I mean, you can kind of get past it. So hold R to loot the carcass. I think I've got to take a whole carcass to the desk. I shoot him in the ass. I take the carcass. And now I'm going to drag that. Here you go. Using the butchery table instead. So now we've got to go to the butchery table, which is in the ranger camp, which will take me a little while because we have to slow down a bit. But it is over there, so we'll head that way. There is a very stark difference in skill. Just wait until you get into a big group fight. There's nothing really like it. Well, I would say, because I play Chivalry, not for a video, but I have just played Chivalry for myself. And also there was another one like Chivalry. Oh, my brain. There is a couple of games that have large scale battles, like 8 to 10 people fighting at once. And they're quite medieval, and the setting and the vibe is kind of like this. And I would imagine that this game's going to have something along them lines. but maybe with kind of janky combat. Like, I'm not really sure if the combat's going to hold up or anything. We're going to have to see. For the butchery table, hold E, and apparently I get more meat or something for this. Then I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to hold. So it's exactly the same mechanic, but on the table you get a little bit more for your money, as such. I'm going to butcher some more because we're going to cook some more. Yes. This game's not shy about violence either. I like that. I like the fact it gives no shiz. Sure, the base melee, but much more complex. So it gets complex as we go. Agreed. I think it was a great change. I do think they need to tone down just a tad. Oh, the griefing. Do you know what? That's what worries me. It worries me that this game has that mechanic where you can die and lose everything. Now, if you find a band of brothers or whatever, and you're going to be able to get on quite well. But for me, it's already an off-putting sign when you hear that. And I think a lot of people, especially YouTubers, are definitely shitting on the game because it's easy to. It's easy to say, oh, if you play the game, this is going to happen. But I mean, although I'm stuck in tutorial, and there might be a bunch of people out there now waiting for me to leave just to kill me. But I don't feel that is what the game has to offer. I feel like if you could lock perhaps people away from PvP until like level 80, and then like maybe then introduce PvP to them, just have them grind, till maybe level 50, level 80, something like that. And again, I don't know the ways of leveling up in this game, but I would imagine that what I would want to do is just enjoy the environment and do menial tasks, maybe even have like a building of my house and like fix things, like have some crafting elements too. Your dish and eat it. Oh, I've got to eat a dish. How do we eat it? Right click to eat. I'm right clicking, it's not eating. Shift right click to split. Control right click. It wants to make its mind up. So the top right says control right click. The inventory says control right click or shift right click. I'm going to have to go control. Oh shit, it's working. I think. No? Yeah, I've got to work this one out. Whoa! Second time lucky. Again, it does what it wants sometimes. Find the crafting table, yes. Where's that? Ah, down here. Let's roll. That big green thing through the trees, I imagine. They made a good change for new players. The murder reputation system beforehand was really forgiving for veterans and skilled players. So it allowed them to just drive newer players out of the game. Now it's much more impactful to murder someone, and there's actual consequences to their actions. So it's kind of like a penalization system. How do they enforce that? How are you stopping someone from just coming and killing me outright because they're part of a guild and they want to have a laugh? How does that work? Find crafting table, that's through here. Nice. You see this guy here running up the hill? We're not far behind him, and he started like after us. And I've been talking to you guys and whatnot. So I feel like we're kind of on track, which means the tutorial takes around 30 minutes. And if you're good, you could probably finish it quicker. But I would say around 30 minutes to 40 minutes to finish. Okay, weapon crafting. Do you want to destroy the item? No. One-handed core weapon grip material. Okay, I'm sure I'm not supposed to do this. I've got to go find cotton. Alright, let's find some cotton. They have a town reputation. Vet has a ton of shiz in the town. If they go into negative reputation, they can't go back until they stop murdering and grinds their reputation back, and it takes a long time. Well, that's good. I mean, that is good. That's at least a step in the right direction, right? So I've got to grab myself some cotton. I'm noticing that the in-game items don't disappear, so the cotton's not going away no matter how much cotton I pick. It just stays. I don't know if that's because it's a tutorial or whether that happens in game, but it's, I suppose, good and bad. It has good and bad points for that. It could mean that you could farm. Yes, there you go, big damage. Come back. There you go. Black. Happy days. Hold E to tame. Hold E to start taming. Low level cannot. Oh, I have to obtain some skills. I'll just finish it, bro. I'll put it out of its misery because it had an arrow sticking out of its head and I was still trying to tame it. I've got a hoof. Don't know if that's any good to anything. Gather 51 doppelwood. What the hell is a doppelwood? Okay, now I'm cumbersome again. So we're gonna. What is this hoof? Can I do anything with that? I don't think I can do anything with that right now. I'm gonna dash it, and we can butcher the meat. Happy days. Sweet. I like the fact that all the meats tend to be giving me a very similar outcome. We've got a ringworm. Oh, what am I a ringworm for? Skinning knife, and then hold on. The doppelwood. We've got to figure out what that is. Have a look on there. There's no map icon for that, so I must be in the right area. Here we go. Hold E whilst you're looking at a tree. So it does have crafting elements, just no axe. Ooh, what, the ringworm? I know, right? Let's bring up the sword. X to bring it out. And then E next to a tree. You know what? It doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter you haven't got an axe for that. That'll do. One or the other fish will like it. Yes. So it's for fishing, I'm going to take that as. Normally things do deplete. Oh, outside. Oh, awesome. That's wicked. So you can't just farm over and over again. Okay, we're at 40 out of 51, but we're not getting any more. So maybe change to another tree. Ah, there you go. Started to go up again. Yes, happy days. Return to the crafting table. Let's do it. You know what? It might be controversial, but I think if this game just had a really long quest log, like dailies, weeklies, things to do when I come into the game, I think I would just rather do them. Like, I'd rather just gather and have something to put that gathering into. And I've got a feeling this game's going to have no end game player housing, no end game crafting. It's basically an open world sandbox with PvP, which means it's going to take me a little while to adjust because I don't actually main a PvP game at all. And I'm not a big fan of PvP in general. That's not to say I won't be a fan of this one. It just means I'm not a big fan of PvP overall. I prefer sort of linear PvE, quest logs, things to do, constantly keep me busy, do you know what I mean? I like to be constantly progressing. What we got here? Turns, hilts. But with a guild, I suppose you could make up your own little jobs. You could do your own stuff and make your own little, you know, storylines. Cotton in your inventory, right click. Okay, cotton. Where would I be? Cotton. Okay, done. Now, turn hilt as your handle. I don't think I have everything. I would, I suppose. So these two items now are going to create another item, are they? Right click upwards in your inventory. Hold left to create button. One-handed. Hand hilt. Ah, there's a sub menu inside. Okay, that's cool. Heavy sword blade. Now right click this. Holy shit. We just made a wooden sword. Now hit craft. Bros, that was pretty good. I like that. If there's enough recipes, that could be cool. I'm feeling a wiki coming on. Right click the item to equip it. Where the hell did it go? Oh, it's over here. No, where's it gone? Right click the item to equip it. I just made a wooden sword, but it's not got into my inventory, so it must still be on the table. Where's it gone? Hold to craft. Right. Now where the fuck's it gone? You'd think it... Oh, it is now in my inventory. What in the world? Okay, that was weird. So this one does 3 piercing and 1, so it's actually pretty tosh. But we made it, and that's the main thing. It's tosh, but we made it. Gather 200 malice fruit. I mean, that is crust. Look at that. I'll be safer with a stick. But you know, it's cool. We made it. Like I say, I'm just going to get rid of it though. There's that socks. What's this guy doing down here? Again, I want to go and explore things like this, but the tutorial's holding my hand all the way now. I'm going to stick with it. Try and fly through it as quick as possible. Got myself a bottle of gin to keep me keep the grin on. Hold together. I think I have to be super close. Yep. I'm thinking this is the right thing to do. Getting white wood. Yeah. And then malice fruit is something else around here. Okay, got stone now as well being introduced. Where is fruit? Tell me it's right in front of me. There's no way you mine with your sword. You do as well. Sword is a Swiss Army knife of tools in this game. I learned the skill of Granum Law. Okay, good. I still want me fruits. Maybe they are hanging around in the tree. That horse was how I felt about that. Oh, I see. Maybe. I forget that I've been spoiled by games holding my hand for the last 3 years, right? I've been an avid gamer all my life, but the last 3 years, games have really been like thicking it up. Like, you know, they give you loads of talking tutorials, loads of things that you don't want to know, and they really hold your hand. So like now, I'm kind of lazy. I've become lazy with video games, and I expect the game to like really treat me like a banner. It's the best word I've got for that. So I'm thinking, well, if I chop the tree, I get the fruit and the wood and everything's just going to nicely go into my inventory and I don't have to worry about anything. Whereas this game actually still relies on real world ideas and techniques. And I've got to reset my brain for this game so that I actually look in the tree for the fruit, search the bush for the berries, you know, chop certain things that are realistically going to chop. And again, using a sword to chop a tree makes no difference. But I'm so used to crafting games saying make an axe, make a pickaxe, make a torch, and make a bonfire. And they teach you how to do it, but they hold your hand the whole way. This game, even in a tutorial, is not very hand-holdy. Do you know what I mean? It's quite good, but it's not telling me to do anything in any certain order or anything. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the game is trying to stick itself in a category of like, I would say like 25 to 27-year-olds and above. Anyone below that is going to struggle. Hold E to trade with a vendor. Close the vendor, buy the book from the vendor. Wow, he's got a crafting book. And that's 2 silver, which we know we've got, but it won't let me buy it for some reason. The item the vendor wants is fruit. Oh, he wants a trade. Yeah, boy. I don't know if it was worth all that fruit for that book. I gave him a whole bunch of fruit.
Welcome back anytime.
Yeah, I think you just mugged me off, bro. Do the book for training. Right click the book. Wooden blades can be useful for training, but in the real weapon you'll want something. Oh, in the real world you'll want something stronger. Behind every ingot of metal is a skilled miner. Oh, I love mining. I love blacksmithing as well. Okay, so that's done. Now it says find the Granum mine.
Welcome back anytime.
Which I assume is a copper coin mine. You can't really miss your waypoint. It's either a big green booger or a big blue circle. What's this guy doing? Yes, go on son, get on it. That's never his mount. Hold E to start mining. Oh, okay, just wants me to get involved. Got to tell me this tutorial every time I leave this green circle. Here we go. How come he's got a pickaxe? I don't need one, but I'd like one. There we go. Mine 250. This can't be the right material then. Oh, it wants me to go and drop them in here. Okay, cool. Maybe not. I've got them, but it's not registering. Hang on a minute. So I've got 289, but it says 200 and... I was going to get 500 now. Cheeky gits. Welcome to more, my brother. Oh, well, welcome yourself. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate that, bro. I'm always looking to team up and have some help in the chat and community for every game I play. But it just wants me to mine but up this hill now, don't it? That's what it is. It's a very nice looking game so far. Like I say, I've had nothing but a positive experience so far. So I don't understand where all the negativity comes from. I don't understand why. Because before I came onto stream, I had a quick look online and just see what people were saying, see how many people were playing the game. And like I said, there was 500 players. And the overall consensus was that the game was like broken, like trash. Like it's going to be annoying. It's going to be hard. All these people are going to be like having a go at you and all this. I haven't had a single issue with anyone. And the game's really fun. Okay, I'm going to hit that 500. We're going to hit that 500. Here we go. 448. Boom. I do wonder if those people go through the tutorial, head out into the real world, and then maybe just start like attacking people, not really understanding what an MMO or even a sandbox PvP game is, and then they get really bad negative experience, then they go and take that to the internet and start talking shit, because I don't really know where they're getting that from yet. You know, I am still in tutorial, and I do think this video will only get us to the tutorial, but I do want to make this a little bit of a series because I'm enjoying it and there's nothing wrong with it, and it's a fun stream, and I would sort of enjoy doing more of these. So yeah, I don't know. People have been dooming about this game since it launched. There you go. I mean, the problem is the developers should be patted on the back for what they have achieved and not told what they haven't achieved, right? There's certain games, certain developers that obviously that should happen to, but I feel like this game has done very well with the small amount of people that give it a chance. Because to have 500 players playing anyone's game nowadays, especially midweek, during the week, during the day, in the afternoon time, was quite nice to see, because there are bigger games that I really like and fucks with that I can Google on SteamDB and see half of that, if not a quarter of that playing, and yet they always rave about those games. You know, you always hear certain people saying certain things about them, and I enjoy them myself. I'm not going to mention them, but you know, there are games out there that tend to hold high precedence with people, yet no one really plays it unless they're off work on a weekend or whatever. This game during the week is mastering 500 players, which is a very big achievement. I think that's something to be proud of. Okay, so here we go. So we've got nutritious extraction. Again, I don't know what any of this is yet. So we've got the pile of this stuff we need to add in. Maybe there. No, it's going to be the third one. So we're going to put some wood in. And then it says the nitrate, which is this. Okay, that's not going in. So 2 of the 3 things it's asked for, they're not going in. Why? Is it this? I think it's because I didn't select that. No. What am I doing wrong? Hold R to open the Naturous extraction. Okay, maybe I've gone one step ahead. Bear with. Again, it always says hold R. I think what it means is you just open my inventory. Open. Shift and right click to do that. I think we need to... I'm a little bit confused here. This is for a round shield. Obviously wood. Random pile. No. It just won't have it. What have I done wrong? My thing's pointing me this direction. Now it's pointing me back again. Are these machines? Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't even know this machine was here. Bro. We need to extract this first. There we go. Oh, that was cool. So that gives us granum powder and also flaxstone. Collect training wood 400. Okay, so now we're going to go some wood. Gonna wang our sword around a bit. There you go. Right, so we're gonna make our first shield. Let's have a go at this. Wrong thing to interact with, that's it. I always get ahead of myself with tutorials because I kind of know where we're going and assume I know best, but I should read more. Your training woods, your cotton. Okay, put some cotton in there. Boom, there we go. We've got the base of the shield. And then we've got the flak boss frame, which needs flaxstone. Boom. And then your training wood. Where's that gone? Raining wood, boom. I like that. I like the fact that it builds up as you add materials. That's really cool. The only thing missing from that is maybe like being able to like pick it up and interact with it and stuff. So on the crafting button, we hold craft. And I'm guessing that's like the base of the shield, right? Yep, that's now in our inventory. Worked first time. Happy days. Let's go over here. Now we've got another crafting table, which again, we can make another small shield, so possibly not bother with that. Now it says right click to equip it. Yes, okay, done. That was way simpler than I thought it was going to be. Find the tanning tutor. Look at this, look. The moon is out. I've got a Steam achievement. Hell yeah. There's cows down there. Are they cows? They do look like cows. I love the bloom. I love the lighting. I think that the foliage is decent. It's an interesting game to look at. And again, I'm hoping it doesn't all fall apart after tutorial, because I've had such a great time in here. Yes, we have to extract it. So for the Naturus, your shield crafting. So when you leave, do you have the same sort of thing? Do you have to build those tables to then craft different weapons and stuff? Or is it more about the town? Like each town has those things in it? Because this feels like a town to me. Like I'm just interacting with a practice version of a town. Gather 300 grass. Well, I'm nearly there, bro. I can definitely do that. Grab some grass. There we go, pips. Now we've got to go all the way down now. Find the horses. Oh, they're not cows, they're horses. I couldn't see from all the way up there. There we go, there's a horse. I better do it in the circle, won't I? Right, so go up to a horse and try and tame it. Oh, Jesus. He took my head off. Tame the horse. You are too low level to gain this skill. What does that mean? Get some. If I can't tame it, then I'm going to oof it. And maybe my level will go up. Poke in the booty. Tell you what, you got a lot of stamina. I'm on a run as well. Oh, I hit the tree. That took stamina. I was sprinting and I hit a tree. Get out of the way, bro. I want my horse. So he's nearly done. Last blow. Rock. There you go. Horse meat. That's what Tesco's used to put in. That's what I used to put in their lasagna. Good old British beef. So they claimed. It means you won't level your taming up by taming the horse. So I could still tame it. Oh, I might have took my anchors out on the horse. So gross. What, horse meat? Well, I mean, horses at the time, for some reason, were cheaper. I don't really understand the thinking behind that. I would imagine that horses were more expensive because you don't see them as often, especially in the UK. You know, like horses are owned by two types of people. That's people that have them as pets and jippos, people who live in caravans. So I don't really know another use for a horse. We don't see them pulling ploughs. We don't see people riding them too often unless they're a pet. So yeah, I would assume they're very hard to have in regards to actual beef in cows. There's cows everywhere. I get on any train or bus and I see cows. So I don't know. Right, so let's try and tame this beast then. You fouled? Where's one? You fouled. I mean, that horse seemed calmer. Let's go with that one. I am moving proper slow right now because I'm overweight. I think I'm inside the horse. Oh my god. You see right down his neck. So just holding E, even though the horse sort of bucks at you, you just hold E and eventually you'll tame it anyway. But you just got to keep the animal steady, which a horse is something that is not going to run away unless you're trying to pelt at one like I did. So now we can press P for pet and then right click on the horse. Sounds pretty legit. Alright, let me get out of the way. So I can just hold E to mount it, but it does want me to press P and then go to the horse. So we can actually feed it. All pets attack. These are just pet commands. Okay, good. Pretty standard stuff. This is a steep horse. What is this about? Rename. Yes, okay. What should we call it? Bob. I'll call it Bob the horse. So now Bob is level 2 and we have the option to spur Bob. We can flee, we can rear up, or we can kick back. And then he's also got equipment for armor and bags, so essentially extra storage. Happy days. Seems pretty basic. Let's get on him. You cannot ride the mount when you are encumbered with items. Oh, bro. Okay, well, let's get rid of the woods, because, you know, why not? Get rid of this shit. We don't need it anymore. Always make more. I don't see, like, a food and water bar here. Like, the horse has it, but I don't. I'm still encumbered with weight. What else can I get rid of? Wood? Doesn't tell me what's weighing me down. Is it the sword? The sword does no good. No? What is it? I'm just going through stuff looking. It's got to be a rock or something. 3.4. 15 this. Bone tissue. Can't really do much with that anyway. The leather and the meat are the biggest things you have. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's Bob. What up, Bob? I mean, I got a bunch of meat. Let me get rid of some then. Bro, this horse does not like me trying to ride it. Sons of bitches. We're right down to 71. You're right, the meat was heavy. How much is the meat then? Well, it is only 2. When it's cooked, it's not that heavy. And depending on the amount you have as well. I mean, 6 kilograms of bloody berries there. That seems like a lot of berries. Can I make, like, clothes out of that? Or is there any point in having this or not? How the game works, the item weight is the amount and not the... Oh, okay. Delete the cooked meat. It's garbage. May as well delete the horns as well. Okay. Cooked meat is gone. Yeah, I play a lot of survival games, so I would sort of think that meat is useful, you know. Meat and water are your main 2 things. 65 now. I don't know if this is worth any money. I think this isn't worth much. We can get rid of that. This was crusty, even though I bought it and hoped for the best. I don't think the spear was any good either. We're still not really saving any... Oh, hang on, what's this? Quality leather as opposed to full grain leather. I don't know which is best. This one's worth 35 silver though. And they both weigh around the same. I'm going to probably say I'll keep those. Can I eat this then? Control and right click to eat. That seemed kind of pointless cooking then, if it's no good to us. You have too much cooked meat. Okay, let me get rid of it. Okay, good. Oh, now we can ride Bob. I hold Silver, or Bob, away. Oh shit, what was that all about? Where'd he go? Bob, there he is. Okay, right, we're off. So far so good, feels kind of like a horse, I guess. Can we speed up? Is there a way to make him run? Open the pet window and feed your horse grass. Drop item into there. Really? I've got to transfer it this way? Oh shit. So W now increases... Oh, tap W to increase speed. Answered my own question. Okay, good. So by feeding it grass, he kind of leveled up, right? Pet's already eating. He's eating loads of food. Okay, awesome. Find the road towards the city. Yeah, I see it. Oh, it's making me go blind. Boss-eyed even. Okay, sweet. We are off. Bob's finished eating. You will get better at the cooking skills. In time, you will and you will be firm, juicy, and full of goodness, my man. I do like myself some juiciness. Right, where the hell are we now? Oh, okay. I think I'm going to head this direction. Find a stable. Bob is low on loyalty and should be fed. Bloody hell, Bob eats a lot. Bring that over. Get that down, your son. Does he only eat grass? I feel like he only eats grass. Let me get some more grass. He doesn't seem to like the bushes I'm trying to feed him. I make myself a... While he's eating grass, I'm going to make myself a glass. Gonna keep it going, boys. Keep it going. Whoa. There we go. Time we got. Ah, we're rocking it. Okay. We did start late, so we'll go on a little bit later. You cannot ride the mount encumbered again. What, with grass? That's what I was going to say. Let's feed Bob then. 1,000. Get that down, you Bob. Now you might like me. Is that the animation for him eating, or is that... There we go. I think Bob's happy. I like the fact that you can just like feed him and not worry about it. Okay, this is impressive. Whoa, Bob, slow your roll. Want to show people the impressiveness. Stop, Bob. Bob, will you give yourself a rest? He don't listen to me, does he? There you go. Impressive, right? It's nice. Got the moon over there, the people over there just doing stuff. Yes, Bob's on one. Couple of soldiers there. Or guardsmen. Oh, slow your roll, Bob. Okay, we're in. There's chickens. Do we have to take him in the stables? Yeah, stable the horse. No way. I like the realism. I really do like the realism of this game. Is this my stable? Can I go in here? Don't know if he can stay in here or not. Not really pointing me in the way to any particular one. Alright, dismount Bob. Is that him stabled? I feel like there's more to it. What are you up to? Yep, Bob, stable pet. There we go. Pretty good. Basic mount, stabled, fine soldier, and taskmaster. We're talking old taskmaster or a new taskmaster? Yeah, I think he's going to be in there, isn't he? So far, so good. I have no complaints, really. Learn more. Outside the city walls, danger lurks around every corner. Remember that if you die, everything you are carrying will drop. Now, this is a little issue for me. This is what scared me off playing this game before. But I am not scared now. I'm having a great time. I think the realism is great. Except the fresh walking dead task. What is that? Hello, so it's new taskmaster. Okay, so we've got fresh walking dead and solo. Let's accept it. And let me just take a look at this and soak this up. So we've got renown, we've got difficulty, which is set by dots. So 1 dot opposed to 5 dots. Solo or in a group. So there are group only challenges. Now, how would you complete those if you're a solo player? Who knows? 5 quantity, and then you get some sort of reward here. So you get glory, you get soldier renown, but you don't get standing or silver aegis, or aegis if you like. Silver coins, and again, task renewal in 15 minutes. So apparently this can be done really quick. Finish the task and return to the soldier. All right, so we're just going to follow the waypoint. Very easy stuff right now. Here we go. Ooh, let me refresh my chat. Sorry, guys. I'm so into the game. I apologize. Those over on the YouTube side of things as well, I am very apologetic. My bad, bros. Hey, mate, I am new to the game. Would you recommend it? It depends on you. It really does depend on you. For me, I would say that 4 hours ago, I was not keen. Now, full fan. Full-fledged fan so far. I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. For you, again, it's completely down to you, my friend. It depends on what you enjoy playing. And again, it's probably worth jumping into for $12 just for the visuals, just for the sound effects, just for the tutorial, and just for the experience of just trying it out. I feel like $10 is not a big buy-in for most people to play something that could be great or could be trash. There's very, very mixed reviews, very mixed opinions in the chat so far today. And it is either hit or miss for most people. So take from that what you will, and you know, really look into the game yourself. But don't go YouTube way, because I found that YouTube's very negative towards this game, and I don't know why, because I am yet to hit any negative. Next to like maybe some learning curves, it's quite steep to sort of get used to combat and things, terminologies. But once you kind of get the fact that they're trying to give you a realistic experience, then you can kind of look past a lot of that jank and negativity that you could say and look into more of the experience of playing. Again, you have to be a gamer that enjoys gaming. If you don't enjoy gaming, you're probably not going to have a good time with this or most other games that you play. If you enjoy open worlds, beautiful environments, great sound effects, you know, you're going to see some shiz. You're going to experience some jank. You might even get stuck a couple of times. But I would imagine that's just, for me, part of the experience. It's part of the whole learning aspect. I could recommend it to you, and I would say definitely at $10, best time to jump in right now. But overall, are you going to enjoy it in a couple of months' time? That is down to you and how you play the game and how you experience it. All right, finish the task, return to the site. So how do we look at that task? Because it just says fresh walking dead. It's pointing me in a direction. There's nothing but deer around at the moment. I'm assuming we're going to come against some zombies or something. Let me pull a weapon out. Get prepared for battle. So what else we've got going on? So I've only got 32 bows. I've got to be a little bit careful about that. Alright, let's take a little look-see. Do we have a map? I've not actually looked for a map. Okay, good. So I'm guessing I finished tutorial. That was a very abrupt finish to a tutorial, if that was the case. I don't think I have. I'm not even sure. Again, I don't know if I finished the tutorial because the game hasn't really told me I finished the tutorial. But it has given me a task and it is letting me out on my own. We came from here and we're just walking straight. So we're going to end up at our first task very soon. Map's okay, seems to work fine. Not the most clean and flushed out map by any means, but definitely going to do the job. Okay, this definitely looks dodgy around here. There's a guy just chilling with his horse. Look. What up, son? Now he could, I think, in theory, oof us, right? And take our stuff now. Which would be a little bit of a risk and reward from this scenario. I've got to keep an eye on his bows because they dip. Look, he ducked. Shut up. There you go, in your chest. Boom. Okay, not doing much damage at all. Actually, a little bit shook. I better switch. Going for the big damage. Whoa, she's done a turn. She's sneaky. There you go, in the bum. Bring it. So she's going to reset now, which means all that damage was no good. I wish she'd stop moving. Okay, we'll just leave her be. We'll do this guy instead. Poke to the face. Wakey, wakey. Barely any damage there. Ooh. Yeah, you really got to concentrate on combat. I can't imagine me taking combat non-serious. Like, now that it actually matters as well. That overhead. That's the one thing. Everything else I know I'm going to get better at. Boom. There you go. For the finish. Just a whole bunch of guts and shears. Right, he's done. So that's basic combat right there. Now, what I will say is if I turn around, you can see the light lighting up my shield from the opposite side, which means the bloom and the light effects in the game affect and reflect off of different surfaces. You can kind of see it with my sword there, and I think that adds a little bit more realism to what you're doing. It's quite a good looking game. And again, I'm running a sort of medium to high settings. You can run it better, but I'm doing all this stuff in the background. And I would say overall, hang on, let's make sure I'm not lagging. Okay. Overall, I think the game is a win. For me, definitely. But would I recommend it to everybody? I mean, you have to really look at the footage, take into, account. Whoa, there you go. Oh, get some. You can see that it's challenging combat. So that was a front block. Now he's going for a high, which I hate. I try and run away from those. What in the world? Come on, son. I think I'm getting help. There you go, man down. I'm going to take his loot. I don't know if I should be collecting these. I just feel like I should be selling everything. Hello. Is she healing me or is she killing me? That's cool. That looks nice, whatever it is. So now I'm in cumbersome. I need to drop out some shears. I'm going to get rid of this. Again, she could have killed me, right? She could have started a fight, but she didn't. Soldier, task, fresh walking dead. Now finish the task by returning to the soldier. So we have done the task. Let's go. Now I've heard people say that once they get to this bit, there's other players that just run up and start ganking on them. I have not seen that. You have not seen that. And for me, it's been quite a pleasant, calm experience. I've not been panicked or worried. And I do think if you get killed by the bots in the game, then especially early, it is a little bit nerve-wracking, but that just heightens the tension. Finish task, return to soldier. Hang on, the soldier was that way. Why is it still telling me to go this way? Maybe I haven't finished the task. Can we look at the task? Is there a way? Is there a way of clicking on this? Is this the quest log? So a soldier's task is to kill fresh walking dead. 2 out of 5. I'm on days. I've got to start reading things. Again, the game doesn't hold your hand. You kind of got to figure it out. So we're going to go... I'm going to get rid of this box as well that keeps popping up. Go away. There you go. We need to kill 3 more undead, which is not a hard task. Tutorial doesn't allow PvP. Once you leave tutorial, anyone can kill you. So is this still tutorial? Because like I said, the game didn't really say whether it was or not. Boom. Ooh, hang on, I'm going to get back to that comment as well because I just thought of something. Okay, that does feel good. I'm just going to take the money at this point. Boom. Yes, I ain't taken a hit yet. Oh, there it is. And for the finish. Blah. It's finally clicked. What my man said in the chat at the beginning of the live. Once you get it, you get it. Oh, feels good. Now, I do still run away from the overhead attack because I don't know why. It just scares the hell out of me. I can't seem to block in the right direction to the overhead for some reason. By looking up and blocking, it doesn't really do it. I think it's up and block and looking up, something like that. But I just run away from them at the minute. I don't need to worry about them. But yeah, combat feels really solid now, and I think it's enjoyable. It is enjoyable. But it is, again, it comes with some jank, it comes with some clank, but it just definitely works as long as you take the time to learn it a little bit. Nah, it's a separate map and world. You will know once you leave. Oh, okay, fair dues. Gargly, thank you for your comment, bro. What we got here? You need to change your swing to do any damage. When the cursor flashes, you can charge direction. So that's like the advanced combat. So what I'm doing is like this, and then just holding it, getting the big damage, and then just normally attacking. And then when I can, I'll charge again and get the big damage. But I don't understand what you mean by flash, because I've not noticed any flashing, unless I'm just being blind, which is probably the case. The attack still has full damage, but it's just not as good. Try it with a zombie. All right, let's go. Let's try and figure this one out. Because I don't want to leave here and then have that experience where someone just ganks me in the back. This girl helped me out. She was like doing flashy skills on me. She seems to know what she's doing. I'm guessing I get XP by helping as well, right? There you go. Inventory. So now 5 out of 5 are done. 70 minutes to return. I'm just going to find someone to train on. There you go, there's one. So I see my crosshair sort of glowing. Are you talking about the counter attack? Is that what you mean? There's too many obstacles here. Now, here we go. Practice taking a parry. Well, I would if that big oxen weren't in the way. She just sits down and chills while that thing goes and does all her work for her. That's a well good technique. Alright, here we go. Let's try and get parry out of this guy. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? He's going to go for a straight. I think maybe because I move, it makes it harder for me to get the perfect timing. Like I do all right damage. Do you know what I mean? I'm not overly worried about the damage. Nice. Parry, then single click return. No, she's still healing me. Again, not a bad person. No bad people I've seen so far. But it is tutorial, so, you know, reserving judgment. Okay, let's try this. Right, that's an overhead. We'll let that through. Try again. I mean, that is what I would say was the best I'm going to do. I don't really understand. Because I have to use the WAS and D keys to get the directionals. I don't know if that's the best way. Like, that felt pretty solid. I don't know if I was doing it right. It is faster than charging. So you just get more damage on the return here. Is that what you're saying? As long as I hear the ding and then I press single click left, I just automatically get more damage. I like going through this with you guys because not a lot of people really explain it to people online, and I find there's not a lot of playthrough, people actually playing the game. People all like play the game, record the footage and then talk over it, and there's no one to help them. Do you know what I mean? There's no one to go through it as a community and show them what to do. So by us going through it, and then maybe people will watch this and learn something and maybe not have such a negative experience, because that's what put me off by listening to the negative attitude and the fact that they weren't actually playing the game. They were just giving their opinion. That doesn't really help anyone, and it definitely doesn't promote the game in any way. And I feel like this game has some redeeming qualities. I don't feel it's complete trash, you know. It has a lot going for it that once you get into, you probably don't want to leave for a few months. You need to join a guild. Realistically, the game is harsh on new players. Oh, for sure, I've heard that side, and I definitely will join a guild as soon as I'm on the actual map instead of the tutorial map. Good advice, my friends. You have like 3 seconds to hit the left button to retaliate. Well, that makes sense, yeah. So as soon as you hear the ding from the block, then 3 seconds to hit left button. It would help if it had some sort of animation or color to it that helped you know that you have correctly done it. It just seems like I'm getting the same swipe. Maybe I'm wrong, but it does look like I'm just doing the same swipe that I would do any other time, but getting more damage on the bar, you know, on the actual damage bar. Go to the settings. Here we go, here we go. What are we going to settings for? I'm in the settings. Yeah, buy vendor weapon ASAP. You will do more damage after you advance with crafted weapon. Yeah, I tried to craft the tutorial weapons, but one of them was wood and the other one was silver, but worse than the one they gave me at the start, and noticeably worse as well. So I've just been rocking the basic. You can make combat things pop up in your image user interface. Okay, let's have a look. So use a round compass, scale compass, player frames. So it's not in the user interface, you're talking about somewhere else, right? Not in the user interface, in the chat. Right. Go to the user interface and notifications, pop the red, this red one, on time. If active channel will show timestamp. Choose a good color for combat. Ah, combat, here we go. So I see what you're saying now. Yeah. So pick a color. Let's say streamer purple or pink. Can't really miss that, can you? And then we'll do pop-up. If the active channel will show time. I don't know if I want that one, do I? I just want the first option. You want combat messages to pop up. You don't need timestamps. Okay, sweet. I'm just going to see what that does, because I'm trying to find a way to gauge whether I've successfully did the counter attack or not, just to kind of demonstrate it, because it does look the same as a normal attack, but you have to appreciate the fact it does more damage. You just have to kind of know that. Go and hit a mannequin. Okay, where's the mannequins? That could be anywhere, bro. Like, I'm not familiar. Is it this? Can I hit this? Nope. Oh, there's one. Nope, that's not a mannequin. There must be some around. Must be a training area. Is it this up here? Nope. If I was a training dummy, where would I be? Northeast. Way, spin move over here. Okay, northeast. Bro, this is right out of town. Behind me? Oh shit. Where are they hiding? Probably doesn't help it's dark. Ah, I see him. He's staring. I'm staring at him. Right, here we go. Let's attack this boy. You hit the dummy for 200. Right, so it's right in your face notifications. So what that's essentially going to do, as you can see there, if I do a quick slash, I hit for 3 or 2 in that case. Or if I go for a hard hit, I hit for like 14, 26 in that case because it was a headshot. But yeah, 8 on the torso. That's really good. It does give you a... I mean, it was already giving me notifications, but it's way more... Yeah, it's way more in your face. But it doesn't look like it matches the inventory now. Sorry, user interface. So I'm going to just change that to something a little bit more natural, like a lighter pink maybe. Wow, it's still really dark. Combat. Let's go with light pink, save changes. That's a bit better, right? So it's still in your face, but a little bit more blended. Cool, thank you for that. That does help a little bit. That will sort of give people the gist of what's going on. I'll tell you what as well, let me just stop and look at some of these characters. Like these guys over here, for instance. Like, they're modelled quite well. You know, the overall aesthetic, I would say, she's even looking at me. I mean, she's sodded off, but, you know, like, the NPCs and stuff, it does kind of give the impression that it's kind of a living world. It's not flat, it's not bad graphics. In fact, I would say that the graphics are probably some of the best for this type of game, being it's open world PvP sandbox. You don't really find too many moments when you get wow, right? But in this game, in certain instances, you do think, I've got to stop and take a look at that, you know? And I feel like the developers are on the right track with this game. I just don't understand why they've not done better than they have. But again, that's objectively wrong, because there are 500 people playing this game right now at the time I started streaming. So it's not dead by any means. I think most people just find a place, find a guild, and find friends, you know? And if you don't do that, you're going to have a negative time, I think, eventually. Okay, quest is done. This is a nice little reward system here. We've got 20 glory. So I have earned 10 renowns, which is used to unlock the next tier. And that gives me a bunch of new tasks. I can reach level 20 with a soldier of renowned by completing tasks. So I can go all the way up to level 20 from here. And then again, I can repeat that mission as many times as I want, but I get no renown for it. Whereas if I move down to the next mission, I'm going to get 10 renown. And you have a certain time limit to finish it in, which is not hassling me at the moment at all. It's quite slow. You can take your time with it. You can see here it's up for an hour. So I'm guessing once I accept that, I get an hour to do it. Accept the task, soldier renown. So it wants me to get another 10 renown to complete this. I think I'm going to do this, and then we're going to sort of see where we're at. Because, there you go, you received the key, kill 3 scoundrels. Where's that then? Scoundrels, let's go. Now, if I've got enough money, I would like to purchase a new weapon by the end of this, so that when I reboot the game on my own time, I'm not completely, you know, underpowered. Go to the weapon vendor and buy 1 gold weapon. Weapon vendor, okay? I just do as I'm told at this point. I've got a tutorial on top of a tutorial going on. But if it's a good way to start, then you guys know best. Let's try and find the town again. This way, yep. Follow the croppage. Through the croppage, which I think we can actually nick. Don't know if we get in trouble for this, but a few peaches. Going on here. Travel to another haven instance. We will be doing massive damage, hopefully. Okay, so I've got a few vendors here. This one's food. This woman sells fish. Let's see if we can find a blacksmithery. Cooking. Aha, you look like the guy I need to speak to. Proud bearded man. What we got going on? So 1 gold, you say? So this one is called the straight blade. Now, how do I see the stats? There you go. Just hover over it. So that's only 10 and 15, my friend. I'm not sure, but I do kind of think I do decent damage already. Is it C? T. L. One of these bloody buttons are going to do it. How do I bring up my character again? F. No? Normally he pops up easy. I'll just do it this way. Right, okay, this one is 6 and 8. So this guy will give us, if you look at the stats, you can see we can do 10 and 15 for 1 gold, which is cheap as chips. I'm going to go ahead and take that sword and equip. Cha-ching! And then I'm going to sell my old sword because I trust the man in my chat that I'm doing the right thing here. We're going to put that there. Oh, what? You can't sell it? He's not happy. He doesn't want to sell it. Okay, fair enough. Maybe I'm not allowed to sell my initial starting sword just in case. There we go. So let's go to the training dummy and have a little look at that. I don't remember where is it. Northeast from which direction? Depends where you're standing, don't it? Training dummies. Let's have a look this way. Is Soul Blade? Don't delete it. Oh, okay. We've got to keep hold of it. Sweet. Luckily, the game didn't allow me to do that. I don't know where the training dummies were. I was going to try and get some damage numbers. It stays with you till you die. Oh, okay. So you can put it in like what? Housing storage or something? You don't have to carry it. Yeah, I don't know the layout of the town yet. Otherwise, normally I'd run straight to the training dummies. Sure, they're around here somewhere. Yeah, they were over here, weren't they? I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Sure they... Hang on. No, I'm sure they were there. We went back that way. You already walked past it. Oh, damn it. You have to start in the marketplace. Oh, bros. Right, I'm back kind of where I was. Just leave it in your inventory, and when you die, you spawn naked. Good idea. Okay, so it's like a backup plan. When I die, I lose everything, but I'll keep that sword because it's soulbound to me, yeah? That's pretty sick. Hang on, let me just allow this comment through. There's a lot of stuff happening here. There you go. Okay, good. You want to save the durability on the start sword they gave you. It will be important in the main world. To be honest, first thing I buy in Haven is you buy a new sword as soon as you get there. That's a good shout as well. Okay, where are these goddamn dummies at? They're like the most aloof dummies. Oh, hang on, up there. Nope. And don't show you on the map, does it? Aha, dummy time. Here we go. Okay, 38 on a hard on the head, 26 on a torso on a hard. Let's go for a poke. 6 and a 2 and a 2 and a 2. So I would say the poke is equal to, or maybe even less than the standard sword I had, but the hold mechanic, way more damage. So you're talking 28 or you're talking 15 to 30. Like, that's a very big gap. But if you get that 30, boy, you're doing damage, son. Thank you for the Discord link there, Bubs. I appreciate that. Charge it for longer and wait for the flash. And then let go on the flash, yeah? So that's 11. 16, hang on. That flash is very quick. Boom. 44. 27. It's still very random, isn't it? I tell you what you have to do. You have to like preempt the flash if you want to get that extra damage. Yeah, 29. So you do get extra damage, but you have to kind of preempt the flash. I think I'm doing it right. 26. Let's try nothing. 4. Yeah, 100%. So like just slashing away, you probably just get 4s and 6s. There you go. And then you have to hold it, wait for that little flash. 40. Yeah, that's where it's at. It also calculates damage on where you hit the opponent. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've noticed that. It's definitely dependent on when you... Like, if I hit him in the arm hard, 28, right? And then we go without the flash. Then for the flash, 30. So you get extra 4 per... Well, on average 4. Again, it kind of fluctuates. It doesn't give you an exact amount. You can't say, well, this sword does 60 on a hard hit on a flash. What you're going to need to do is like have between a 5 and 10 radius. So not every sword does that, but you're going to say, well, this one hits between 70 and 80. And depending on where you hit them and the timing you do, that's then up to you. So every weapon, although might not have the stats you want, because I've been looking at numbers very vividly, it's not really down to the number. It's more about what you're going to do with that sword and how well you're going to play with that sword. Right, okay, so we need to go do this task, but I now have 2, which I don't know which one. I mean, can we ping this in any way? Does it work like that? Trying to ping it with every button I got. Not sure if it works that way. But it is I hold silver forward. Let's do it. I put my horse in the stables, didn't I? So we can't ride that to the place. Although my run cycle's pretty quick anyway. Right, so now we can work it out. I think it's the one to the right. Our jump is poor, look. I can't even get over that little wall. Come on, sons. Right, going through the quest giver, it really does split, so I'm going to assume it's this one. Read the last 2 comments. Okay, where was we? If you land with the tip of your sword, you will do most damage as the tip of your sword moves fastest. Okay, that is really anal about the combat in this. Jesus. So the tip of my sword does the most damage. That's something I need to remember and tell other people that is important. Because the tip as well, I don't want to hit no one. Let me just move aside here. The tip has a big radius. Like you see there, I'm quite far from that. And yet on the animation, I'm kind of hitting just over half. So you have quite a gap you can sort of... And again, depending on what sort of angle you go at, it's going to make a difference to where you connect. So it's really the stab. You know, the stab is where you want to be. It also calculates damage when hit, like, what part of the sword. Yeah, I can imagine. So if I'm really close, I get a shorter swing and therefore do less damage. Again, it all sort of racks up. And it kind of makes it, again, it's that realism they're going for that I don't think a lot of people are getting. They're not getting that you are dumped in a realistic environment world as opposed to being dumped in something like Skyrim where you can throw, like, I mean, there is mages in this, But like you could, my example was going to be you could throw a fireball out your arse and do 200 damage against somebody who can't even get close to you to do their little 50 damage NPC damage. So in this game, it doesn't work like that. It seems like it's, although still got that arcadey game feel, it's really basing its rules in the real world as opposed to the video game world. It's not trying to make things too easy. It's not trying to pussyfoot around with things. It's literally saying, no, you know, we expect adult players to play us. That's our main key demographic. But they've made a game for adults, not for children. And this is the way the game's going to play. It's going to play in an adult way with some complications to what you have to do and what hoops you have to jump through to achieve what you want to achieve. Am I right in saying that? I feel like the game's got a little bit of intelligence behind it rather than just being a button masher or a hack and slash or basically just a team-based war. It seems like the single player element is quite important early game, but then teaming up with friends and finding a crew seems to be the next go-to. Without that, I think you're going to struggle. How far is this? Oh no, I'm nearly there, aren't I? There's no way to find out how far this is. Or whether it's the right one either. Oh. Scoundrels, here we go, progress. Yeah, there is. There's 180 meters. So it's just above us, it says. So it's got to be up this hill. That's really nice. I like that. If you like the stab, the spear and dagger favour the stab. Makes sense, right? Again, based in reality. I would imagine so. I would imagine that spear and daggers. I quite like the idea of the daggers if they were quicker. I tried a small hatchet and it didn't seem quicker than the sword. This looks good. I like the lighting. I just have to interrupt myself. Hello. The lighting that was glistening off my sword then was nice. And purposely done too, I think, because we're now entering the scoundrel area. This is cool too, the way it narrows and they've created a proper path. I'm a little bit worried though, because I feel like my icon's just fucked off and left me. Yes, look at this pond. Hang on, we can collect those. Ew, water. Is it clean? Does it have to be cleaned? Is it one of them mechanics? Common reed mace. Have a bit of action too. Stab in the sword is the least effective. You're trying to swipe them with the tip, for lack of a better way to say that. I've got a feeling I should continue on. I don't know, because that just went red again. I feel like it is this way. Whoa, okay, you can go up steep hills. These are dudes. Scoundrels. You. Oh, he's got swords. Oh, bros. Okay, I might get effed up here. Dude, calm your passion. How is he hitting me from there? There you go, you get the parry, and then you whop him. Wait for it. Block if you have to. I don't like the overhead. He knows that, he's using it a lot. Right. Chop to your cock. Oh, do you know what? I knew he was going to do the overhead. Oh, I need to learn how to block that. That is my weakest point. What's hold surrender? No, don't surrender. Control for more options. Am I not dead? Is it because it's tutorial? Let me off. I've still got all my stuff. It's tutorial, right? Oh, heart attack. I thought I'd just done myself. Right, I need to sit on the floor, which is L. Just reminding myself. There we go. Sitting. Look at the state of me. I'm all broke up. As Elvis would say, I'm all broke up. I had my ass handed to me by a scoundrel boy. You can lose between... Oh, you can choose between click and drag. Yeah, I've got a... Again, in this video, I've just literally picked the best one that I tried at the beginning. I haven't tested all three fully. So at the minute, I'm good at blocking left, right, and straight, and I'm okay at attacking because it's just click. But I am going to like mess with them tonight. I'm going to make sure that I know what's what and what one I prefer, because being able to block high is very hard when I'm using WASD to direct my block. So if I hold block but press was it A and D, I block left and right. So I have to press A and D, which means there's a gap and a space that I have to leave between an attack to then block that direction. And blocking above just doesn't really work. It just doesn't work very well with the control scheme I've got, I think. Either that, you know, I just suck at combat too, let's be fair. Right, here we go, me and you, baby. Got my new sword. I ain't having... Oh, it's a woman now. Oh! Jesus! It clonked her right on the bonds. I don't want to go too far back as it resets. Oh, she went for stab. Damn, she got combat skills. Ooh, that's right. Oh, I missed. Okay, that poke is not effective. I'm panicking, that's what I'm doing. I'm panicking over an NPC. Look at her, overhead, they love it. No, no overhead. No overhead! Stop! Ooh! Ooh! Combat's gonna make me frustrated, boys. She hasn't even got shoes on. Right, here we go. I'm at F1 these dudes up. The single click of turn. I know, I'm going a bit ham with it. What's he want? Yeah, alright. Yeah, whatever. Deal with it. Mother fudges. He was one hit away. I know, I'm really gutted because you see him raise their arm and I know I'm out because I can't block it. Soon we will fix this problem. Where's bandages? Do I not have any? Okay, I need to buy bandages. I also need to buy better armor because my armor is the bare basic suck monkey armor right now. I don't know what that means. What's rands? Parry first. Okay, I never use WASD blocking. Have you not? I can tell you now, it feels really good with the left, right, and standard attack where you just hold it. But the actual above attack, I can't seem to, like, I look up and I move forward, but then again, you're closing the gap with the enemy just to try and get that to work. And what I mean is, I can show you. So, like, this is the base attack, yeah, where he just pulls the shield in. Now, if I want to attack high, it's either W, which doesn't seem to work, or look up, and W. And none of that seems to work. So I don't even know how to overhead block right now. I'm glad I can only pull one scoundrel at a time though. It seems pretty fair on. They've hung someone from a tree. You dirty bastards. I'll take this guy as he's on his own. What? Such a good way to start a fight. How is that getting through? I'm blocking. Okay, height advantage definitely is a thing. I was straight blocking. He went for the stab and it went straight through. Look, it's gone above again. I know. Right. I'm going to end this one as well, aren't I? Punk ass. Oh. I mean, it's good practice, but this sucks right now. You can't use whilst you're in mercy mode. What does that even mean? Oh, he gave me mercy. He didn't kill me. What? I didn't know there was a mercy mode. You guys better be leaving me some mercy when I get out of here. Should just be click and drag your mouse. Yeah, I didn't quite get on with that one if that's the one you start with. Let me have a look. Key bindings. What was it again? Gameplay. Can't remember where it was now. It's that long ago. I think it was this. I slowed these down. Legacy combat. What's that? Enable. Turn off combat input queuing. Aim with arrow tip. Thrust as default attack. You guys said thrust was no good. There's actually an option to have thrust as the default attack. Keybinds. That's really weird because I can't seem to see the... But then I am like a few gins in and we are 5 hours into the live stream today. That's just for daggers, etc. Oh, okay. The ones that are good at... Yeah, I get you. The ones that are good at the thrust. Right, you mofo. Now, I don't even really want to hit him. I just want him to come here. Let's try the whammons. There you go. Okay, we're definitely doing more damage here. Don't want to get greedy. Finish. Nice. Dropped her shiz. Ooh, okay, fighting those, you get a lot more good stuff. There's a bandage. Can I sit on the floor without them attacking? I think I can. Very passive, these NPCs. Thank God. Okay, then I'm just going to use a bandage as well. Nice. Bandage yourself for 11 Oh, okay, so once you use the bandage, you don't have to sit down. There wasn't anything else worth taking other than her head. And she did have a sword for 6 and 8, which is the same as the one we get given at the beginning. The girls are weaker. Are they really? You may prefer directional blocking. Yeah, I'm going to have to try it all out tonight for sure. You guys are probably 100% right. And again, it's really about what you feel and how you play the game. And I appreciate the game has that mechanic. Right, let's try and do a dude then, because apparently... Oh no, I pulled 2. I pulled 2. How am I supposed to block 2? I'm off. No. F that for a laugh. I do need to kill a couple of them dudes actually though. Oh. This just ain't gonna happen. This ain't gonna happen. Run. I pushed my limits. I pushed it to the limit. Are they still chasing, do you reckon? They leaving me be? I don't dare turn around. Nope, they're coming. They're still coming. Okay, this has got to be the barrier. They've got to stop here. No. Bros, I was accident. I wasn't even supposed to be here. I'm not even supposed to be here, bro. Yeah, this is, I've got 1 hit. Done it. Right. This is why I love first impressions. They make you feel like a prat, but at the same time, you do get there, and the achievement and sort of admiration you feel as you go through stuff and learn new mechanics and join a new community and have fun with new bunch of dudes. It's like the whole point in playing these games. I can't stress that enough, that it is a social experience, and you have to make it as such, and make your own fun too. You know, you have to make your own fun in these games, otherwise they can become quite, again, if you're not a fun person, I guess you don't have fun in these environments. You know, you have to kind of make your own entertainment. There's nothing that's going to speed my healing up, is there? Okay, I've started training apparently. I've just looked at that book. Right, so we know we need 2 more bandits, I think. Yep, 2 more. I'm getting some real combat training here. We will suss it. Can I not just like bow them from a distance and maybe get some cheeky damage? I think I might have to take the women down until I can, you know, grow a pair and attack men if they are weaker. Maybe I can drag this. I mean, send me. There you go, get some. Oh, he comes at you quick. Yeah, that didn't really give me much of a bonus. Oh, he's gone over here. Oh, you cheat. I had you then. Dirty overhead. Get out of here. Get some. Get out of here. It's just his head and sword. That's all that was there. Okay, good. Right, so in the real world, once you expand from the tutorial, do you have this mechanic? Is it that, like, if I get in a fight with someone, they leave me be? Am I going to be able to sit on the floor and think about my life and get my health back and then just carry on playing? There doesn't seem to be any perma damage. Like, I don't need to feed myself. I don't need to water myself. I'm having no permanent arm or leg damage. There's no limbs falling off of me anywhere. So I think that the game is quite forgiving in that aspect. I don't feel like I'm at risk of, you know, maybe finding the game harder once I evolve into, usually they finish you NPCs and players. Yeah, I mean, but if they did spare me, or I did manage to run away, or they got bored of chasing me, because I can run, trust me. I'm wondering whether, you know, am I going to be okay after, you know? Is there a way of survival via doing that? Okay, let's try last one. Got ya. I shot her in the tit. Bring it back. Ooh, she got her again. You can see him sticking out. Yeah, this definitely ain't working for me. She's so mad. Look at her face. Ooh, proper Karen. Get some. Yeah, I didn't connect then, and that was a counter. Nice. Just balls to the wall there. I feel like the combat is really just balls to the wall. Okay, so that's now done, and we can go hand that in. Off we go. Mission complete. Now I do need to sit on the floor one last time. I'm sorry, guys. Without a bandage, you don't heal up over time, so you really need to just cotch it on the floor for 5 minutes. Put up a pew, you know. Haven is forgiving. You wouldn't be left in mercy mode in Knave. So yeah, so I'm basically using this first video now then as a tutorial starter, first impressions I guess, and then the second video we'll do will be probably end of next week, possibly the week after, where I come back and I do Knave, my first impressions, which may be a very different opinion. But so far I freaking love it. I think it's a great game. I think the visuals are on point. I think it doesn't need to do anything more than it's doing. Most of it's pretty flushed out. I think the developers have done a good job. The community is freaking awesome. I haven't had a community so welcoming in a long time. And again, because it's a small knit community, most of you guys probably have battled each other or know each other, or even in each other's guild, right? Okay, good. If anyone's got any guild recommendations, let me know for a good, friendly guild. Your mic seems quite low. It's kind of low because it's a shotgun mic that's far away. That's just how it is. If the game's loud, that could be what the mic seems low for. Hang on, let me just see. Let me swing a sword or two. Yeah, so that's the loudest sound effect. No, I think it's about right. I would normally stream at these levels. I'm sorry if you're having a bad experience. I talk quite quiet too. I'm not exactly too loud. Anyone else feel like that? I mean, I could amp it up. I do have loads of room for it left to go up, but I always increase it on the videos I release anyway. I always do a bit of post-processing and get it all sorted. Where you hand the task, you can buy the best Haven swords off the vendor. Don't drop your starter sword because you keep it when you die. It could go up a smidge. Alright, let me have a look. Let me try and increase it. I don't want it to peak, you see. I think that's about right, dude. Like, honestly, I will try and adjust it. I've got a little bit of gain I can move. Hang on. That's probably about as high as it can go without peoples. It'll start. It makes the clips loud. I found Twitch quiet. Oh, just Twitch. Yeah, I mean, check out YouTube. We're live on YouTube too at the same time. You could bring the mic 20% closer. Yes, but if I do that, it's like right up. It's basically table or nothing. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really one that likes that sort of YouTuber layout where they have the mic in front of their mouth and they have all LEDs behind them, like the cardboard cutout cunt setup, as I call it. I don't really like that. I think everybody's doing that. That's played out. I'd rather you see more of the game, and it's really a shame I have to be here. So it'd be better if it was just a game. Okay, so how are we getting in this castle? Because this wall is huge and it goes for miles. Those other YouTubers look stupid. Well, I mean, it's their own choice, you know, like some people like that. I just feel like it's kind of PewDiePie started it, now everyone does it. It kind of sucks, and it's been like that for years. Like, let them get on with it. They just copy each other. You can't bring the mic 20% closer. I could probably, I'll mess with it for next stream. I'm live tomorrow, so I'll mess with it tomorrow for you and try and get you a little bit of a better quality. Tomorrow we're doing a completely different game though, so like you might not even be interested. Right, we are in the town. Let's go deliver our quest and get a reward for that one. Left 4 Dead, someone's playing. Old school. We are doing Thrones of Liberty tomorrow, which is an MMO. So if you do like MMOs, I mean, swing by for that. This reminds me more of something like Deliverance. I've played Deliverance. I've done the first impressions of Deliverance. And for me, that was a really good game. I mean, it does look better than this and has a lot more story. And I'm assuming a lot of you guys have probably played Deliverance based on that. But if you want a game for longevity, I would imagine that from Deliverance, you could go to this. And that's probably my best recommendation. If you've played Deliverance or Deliverance 2, forget the story. And if you're happy with the gameplay, you could probably try this out. Because it does have a lot of that redeeming quality that Deliverance has. And that's a great game, of course, on its own merits. Why do they bring their horse in here, bro? Okay, so choose a soldier task, hit claim, very simple, and it works really well, this whole quest system. I don't think they need to mess with this at all. So now it wants me to collect another quest, which I'm not going to do because I want to continue this in my own time. I'm going to be... Whoa, okay, we just went up clad level 1, whatever that is. Awesome. So is there anything that I need to know before I leave, guys? Because I now have a archery icon at the top of my screen. And yeah, I mean, what a great game. Blah, blah, blah. Log out. Let's log out so we can talk about it. It saves my game, right? It's cool. Yeah, safe. Okay, good. I'll leave it for the 5 seconds. Press C. Okay. I'm pressing C, nothing's happening. Do you mean tab? This one? Thank you, Silverback, for anything you're about to tell me. You need a bit more XP before you can this tutorial area. Yeah, I mean, the next video won't be the tutorial. I'll explain that at the end. Okay, you ready? Are we good? It wants you to follow the river south to speak to the hunter task vendor. So that'll be the archer, yeah? Oh, they changed the button? Probably. I mean, this was the button that I started with and it just works. So tab is that. And there's also L for that one. And I think there's another one somewhere, but I can't ever remember it. C doesn't do anything. Is it R? Possibly R. I'm not sure. Not doing anything right now. What did you want me to look at, Silverback, anyway? So in here, we've got the statistics, right? I'm tolerated by everybody, which is pretty much the chat. They're tolerating me, but you know, they need me to hurry up and get good. I know that. I'm going to try my best. And again, it is a game that I will revisit, which I didn't think was going to be the case. And I didn't think that the fun I was going to have today would be so immense as a solo player. So I think that the advice that's being given on YouTube is very circumstantial. And I know myself that if they are going, oh, I can actually upgrade my soldier. Hang on a minute. Scholastic. Book reading has been increased. Mana and health gain. There you go. Yes, why don't you guys point me in this direction? So now I can increase my riders. And oh man, come on, son. There's too much to learn. Anyway, I digress. Let me get back to it. I think the advice given on YouTube is incorrect. I feel like that's very personal and coming from their own perspective. I feel like overall, I wouldn't recommend anyone to play the game or not play the game. But what I would say is that I wasn't personally expecting to have as much fun as I've had, to find an environment that is as nice to be in as this one, and to master a combat system that starts off feeling really broken and janky and actually has a point to it. It has a lot going for it in the fact that the tip of the sword, the middle of the sword, the bottom of the sword does different damage depending on where you hit your enemy or target. It has a different effect. The fact that there is so many skill trees and things to learn, things you can do in the environment. Once I get into the open world, it opens up a whole new genre. Genre, is that the word? Opens up a whole new aspect of what we can and can't train. And it kind of, I get the feeling of like Black Desert on this one. It's kind of like you kind of get this whole, you know, aspect of, you could be fishing all day long. You could be gathering items all day long. It doesn't matter what you do, just that you are enjoying what you're doing. And in that aspect, I think this game wins because I haven't not enjoyed anything I've done today. Everything I've done, as hard as they've been, as many hurdles as there's been, any difficulties I've had, we've overcome them, we've had a great time. And I think in that aspect, this game is just a win for me. I'm glad the developers sent me the game code out. I didn't purchase it with my own money, but therefore I could say that this game is complete arse. There's no, I'm not being paid to promote this game. I'm just having a look. And by having a look, I now want to play it again. We're now going to make a follow-up video once I hit the main game to see if any of my thoughts, feelings and opinions change. And I feel overall I've had more help from the community on par with Black Desert, if not more so. And I feel that if anybody else is struggling with this game, it may be because you're playing it from a single player perspective by yourself with no help, and you're not joining in with the social aspect. If you go live on Twitch or you go out and you find other Twitch streamers, meet them, talk to them, find out about them, you'll meet other people in the chat, find people in the game. Voice chat is active in the game all the time, and you obviously you can turn it off, but if you want to chat, you can. And I feel like you have to really grow a pair and be slightly of an older generation to appreciate this game. And I'm not saying you can't appreciate it at 17, but what I'm saying is what you want from a game at 17 is GTA 5, right? Call of Duty. When you get a bit older, you want a little bit more of a calm environment. You want to be doing something that feels a little bit more personal, and you have a better sense of a reward from it. Again, these are just my personal opinions. You don't have to take anything I say as a gospel, But I would say for $10 buy-in over on Steam, or $12 in a sale at the moment, correct myself, $12 is a very small amount to buy into such a large game already. And I feel like with a few updates, a few more content ads, added to the game, and a little bit more on the solo start, I feel like once I get into the real world, let's say, what's it called, Nade or something, or Vade or whatever it's called, once I get into the actual main game map, I feel like I'm going to be left at odds end, and I'm hoping it's not the case. I'm hoping there's a lot of tutorial still to do, a lot of quests to do, dailies, weeklies. I want things to keep me amused, and I know that's not really what they're going for. They're going for the sandbox PvP, but for me, as my type of MMO player, I like to be always busy. I like to have always something to do, and I don't necessarily always want to be social. We have them off days, you have them off days where you just want to sit and grind a game without speaking to your mates or hanging out with people. And I feel like a lot of it comes from, different people having different days. So you might have a really good day and you want to speak to everyone. That's fine, you can do that. But like, there's other people that might like having some hardships that week, or not being able to pay some bills, or not being able to get on with their girlfriend, or whatever it is, and they might just want to solo a game. This game has to offer that player something too. And I feel like, not all of us are social all the time. And MMOs have really become a single player thing. I don't think there's a lot of social MMOs, as many as there was back in the day. Community were hyped for MMOs back in the day. Hang on, let me block the ad. And I feel like that's changed over time. I feel like a lot of people are negative about MMOs, and I still feel it's one of the better genres we actually have. That all being said, again, personal opinions, but this game, as far as surprising me and doing the 5 points, so visuals, sound effects, playability, lastability, and just the overall fun factor, it has ticked every box I have. It has blown me away. I think it's one of the nicest games to jump into I've jumped into lately, just on the tutorial side of things so far. The first impressions have turned into a really positive one, and I want to leave on a positive note. I want people to feel and understand what I'm saying as a non-biased player. I'm a casual MMO player. I don't take anything too serious. I have fun with video games, all genres, over all classes. I play anything and everything, and I feel like it's really a easy game to get into. I feel like you can sit down and sink your teeth into it quite casually and quite easily. Now, yes, the chat has helped. Yes, Twitch has helped me a bunch, but I don't feel like that's been the key aspect. I feel like you guys have been amazing, but the game itself does hold your hand enough and point you in the right direction and have enough going for it to entice most players. They just need to have a go at it. They just need to get a chance. Now, I personally feel like this game should be free to play to get the player base to buzz. I feel like it should be free to play and should have a season pass. And if they don't want to run a season pass by releasing, X amount of gubbins every couple of months, then maybe have paid items in a game that people actually want. And if you can buy stuff that people actually want to use, as in cosmetics, and maybe introduce player housing or some mechanic that can generate revenue, this game would benefit from being free. And even if they were to leave this game intact and maybe work on the third part, Mortal 3, then they could then just at least give this one a chance to build the player base. And then once the player base is built up with this game being free, maybe they buy Mortal 3 at like $20, and you're making more money over there to support this game still. And then that way, maybe the community doesn't like lynch them. I don't know what else they could do. Obviously, a subscription base for a game that is not as overly popular anyway seems like a bad idea to me. But I can also see that the developers need support. They need revenue, and they need to, if you want them to have updates and content, then we need to like fund them, right? And that's kind of catch-22 with video games at the moment. There's a lot of live service gubbins that goes on, and unless they're charging a big tall order price to get into a game, like Wukong at $45, you get a complete package. So you pay the $45. This game at $12, if it's going to charge me monthly, might not be worth $12. But as a free-to-play game, I would give them $12 for a season pass, or, you know, things to carry me through the next month. You know, whatever they can come up with, I think would be a lot better idea than charging people an initial price and then then a monthly charge. I feel like just charge the initial price and leave it, or charge us monthly for something that's cosmetic in the game that will hopefully generate revenue. Okay, I'm going to get into the comments real quick because there is a bunch going on. It's kind of hard in a solo. I doubt people are prepared to be dunked. Okay, so you're saying it's quite a harsh learning curve, of course. New penalties for murder might be the way. Yeah, again, I heard this at the beginning. People were saying that there have been steps taken to clamp down on such things. Just keep clamping down, making the game more friendly. I know that it's hard because they have an economy and they also have clans and they run areas. So once you're in a clan, you basically run that area and you can influence the economy in that area. So I feel like the end game can get quite diplomatic, and you would have to maybe balance that, which is a nightmare, I know. But clamping down on people who maybe, I said my suggestion was that level 50 to level 80 players don't get involved in PvP at all. Now that's harsh because obviously it's not PvE. It's got PvE elements, but it's a PvP game. So I don't really know how you're going to balance that. But I would say up to level 50, leave me alone and let me just go do quests and fight NPCs. Give me more NPCs, different enemy types. Give me trolls and orcs and other such things. Let me go and hunt for bees and wasps and, I don't know, goats or whatever you want to give me, and allow me to explore the environment and the game. Why do you want to fight me, bro? Go and explore the game. Hang on. How am I going to get rid of that? It's an unranked duel. I don't want a duel. I'm just going to leave. Log out. There you go. I don't know why he's trying to duel me. Yeah, so let me sort of fumble through, get my grip into the game, and then maybe you could then introduce PvP later on. Because for me, PvP isn't the winning formula for an MMO. It's never been the winning formula. I mean, you look at something like, what's that game called now? I'm going to lose my track of thought now. What is that game called? Thinking Ashron's cool, but I always think it's Ashron's cool when it's not Ashron's cool. What is that game? I don't play it, so I'm just not going to use it as an example because I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, PvP's never been my main go-to. I think overall PvE is my jam, and I like to have a co-op or a team of 3 or 4 go with me. This game definitely relies heavily on guilds and friendly people playing. Now, if you're a guild and you're in that sort of scenario, I would imagine once you've got enough to PvP, you don't have to attack noobs anyway. I would imagine that noobs are not something you need to go and attack unless you really wanted to be a bit of a piece. It's nice to be a piece now and again, don't get me wrong, but I would imagine that it's not the... yeah, I'm just going to settle this to... what can I do? I want to kind of log in but not, if you know what I mean, because it's slowing my stream down. There you go, I think that's better. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I wanted to get this discussion out of the way because you guys have been playing it a while and I'm new to it, so we have a very mixed yeah, okay, we've got a very mixed opinion about it. But for me, again, PvE is the winner. I think PvP is a good option, but I wouldn't have built my entire game around PvP personally. I wouldn't have allowed the economy to be controlled by people, and I wouldn't have had guild control of areas that really made a difference. And in this game, all of that makes a difference and matters, and only if you really care about that sort of stuff are you going to invest a lot of time worrying about that sort of stuff. I think a lot of people like myself are probably going to hit the real world map, having a great time, and then maybe find that there's hurdles they have to go through to progress, and maybe there's some dirt in the game. Again, I won't know till part 2, so I reserve judgment. But what I will say is I've had a great time so far. The whole economy and stuff I will worry about later. And in the second part of what I plan to do with this game is to explore the open map, the initial game, and give you guys my thoughts and feelings based on comparing the tutorial area or map to the actual game. So that being said, I'd like a lot of you guys to join me on that when it comes around. Keep an eye on Discord and notifications on the YouTube channel, because then you can maybe hold my hand through some of that and we can actually learn some things together to help new people who might come across the video get involved and just maybe have a great time with Mortal as I have today, because I feel like it's a game that's not getting enough appreciation and it's damn sure not getting enough decent exposure. It's very negative attitude around it and a dark cloud, and I feel like that dark cloud should be smaller than it is. I feel like there is some dark cloud, but not enough to warrant people to worry about spending a $12 buy-in. I mean, not being funny, that's a very cheap price for the amount of game I've had already today. So I've been playing for 5 hours today. I've had a great time. I've seen no glitches or bugs really. We've seen some funny jankiness with it, but that is just to be expected with an open world PvP game anyway. And I think all MMOs come with some sort of getting stuck somewhere or having jank or having some dodgy mechanics. And I feel like this is no different. And the developers done a great job, as in my opinion. I think it's a great game, and I like games like Dark and Darker. I like games that have the first-person medieval theme to them. I play a lot of like Chivalry, for instance, and I feel like this game's on par. You know, it's not bad in any way. It has a good mechanic in the combat, and it has a good horse riding mechanic. It doesn't take too long to get from A to B. The quests were quite simple to get on with. I love the fact that when you hand quests back, it feels good. You know, it feels good to complete a quest. So it has a good feeling to it. And if you enjoy video games, this will be no different. You know, if you enjoy video games and you're maybe a gamer for like the first 20 years of your life, you can jump into this and have some sort of good experience from it. As a former as a former EVE player, the economy is fantastic. The more free, the better. There are always blind spots where you can earn lots and lots of gold by buying and selling. Well, I don't mind that. I don't mind like people exploiting the in-game already made system. Because that makes it fun, right? That makes the whole economy fun. That's, again, the fun aspect is coming from finding that niche product that maybe the other side of the world doesn't have and ship it across. That's pretty much how EVE Online plays, from what I understand. But EVE Online, I mean, again, mind blown on EVE Online. But this game, again, although simplified, has a lot more in the actual gameplay I want to try and get across to new players. I want new players not to be worried, not to be scared. Jump in, have a go. $12. You can spend a couple of hours. You can also get a refund if you don't like it in a couple of hours. So test it out, see what you think. I think this game should do like a free weekend. By all means, give it a free weekend, get people involved, because I don't think you'll find that a lot of those people leave. It's one of those games that I wouldn't personally pay, I don't think, monthly for this, unless the initial map that I drop into on the next video is blowing me away. I think maybe a $5 a month, you know, sort of price tag. 500 players, $5 a month, that's $5,000 odd. I would say that could probably, you know, fill a lot of pockets, get a lot of updates done, and it's a small team. So yeah, and again, shout out to the team. I greatly appreciate it, and your game is pretty awesome. And if anybody's worried about the game and you come here because you wanted to see a first impression video, you wanted to see what somebody thought of it, it's all positive. It's not very negative at this stage. So we're going to come back for the part 2. We're going to try to find the positives in the real world scenarios with real people playing the real game with no thoughts and feelings, just initial impressions of how the game plays and how things go. If something breaks, you're going to see it. If someone kills me, you'll know about it. So therefore, the second part will be probably your main go-to to find out whether this game's worth your time or not. And I want to thank everybody in the comments for commenting. I'm going to go through and talk to you a bit at the end. And I want to thank everybody watching this on a rerun on YouTube. Greatly appreciate your views. Greatly appreciate your watch time. I know your time is valuable. Thank you for spending it with me. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye. Right, that's done. Exactly. Right, what we got? Things sell at higher values when they have traveled. Yeah, again, that's what I mean. So like I can understand that as an MMO player, but I wouldn't necessarily, you know, make that a big issue. You know, it's not really a problem because I'm not the key demographic who's going to go and do that. I'm not overly bothered about going to figure that aspect out. I'm just going to want to kill stuff, loot stuff, sell that to the shop to make a few quid to then buy better gear. And then once I'm at like level 80 with OP gear, I'm going to be happy. Like I would say that me and Mortal are done. I don't need to, you know, be a big active member in a clan. But what I would do is probably jump in once or twice a month, hang out with the guys that I already met and, you know, get to know. And then maybe just do a few quests with them, maybe do a few dungeons, if there's even dungeons, or go and raid like a smaller camp, I suppose. It could be fun to take a clan of 50 and attack a clan of 10. But I feel like the clan of 10 then have that negative experience everybody's talking about. And that bothers me. That bothers me that we're allowed to do that because obviously it's the PvP. You can. But I feel like as a clan, you might want to acknowledge you're the best and the biggest and just chill. But then what else do you do with the game? I mean, if you're not ganking on fools, what is the point in getting OP? I don't understand. Again, that's where the game breaks for me because it doesn't make much sense beyond that. You're just being an arse to be an arse, and because you've got enough gear and enough stuff, you know, like the Black Desert Online has the same problem. You get really OP people that have been playing it for years, and then all of a sudden they just pick on like these like level 40 noobs and just gank them and take all this shit. And it's like, bro, why? But at the same time, why not? You know what I mean? It is why not? If you worked hard to get the skills and you're OP, then go gank on fools. That's again, I can't recommend it for and against. It's a really weird one, but I just want to see if Mortal Online has a problem in the next video, and can we actually get on for 5 hours as well as we did now once I reach that map. Now I'm going to go away and do that, and when I come back I will be in that map, but I won't explore or take on more than one quest, let's say, before I've actually done that video, because I want you guys to experience it with me. So it's all on hold until the next time, but we are live tomorrow with Thrones of Liberty, which is a MMO. If you like MMOs, you know, swing by. And if you enjoyed what we saw today, more of that just with Thrones of Liberty's first impressions. And then we've got like a whole fully booked week next week. And then after that, I might be able to squeeze some more Mortal Online in, as it was fun. And I am looking for that gap in the system to do so. You need to be clad 10, I think, before you can leave Haven. Clad 10? I'm clad 2. So yeah, I mean, maybe even another path tutorial. Who wants to watch that though? Let's be fair. Nobody wants to watch me do clad 2 to 10, I'm sure. It's up to you how much you want to risk. Depends how you play. Pragmatic or balls out. That's it. I'm definitely balls out. I want to have a laugh. Video games are designed for fun. They're designed for entertainment. And if I can bring some entertainment to the entertainment, then we win-win, right? But other than that, I mean, I enjoy video games and I play video games like yourself probably to win, but also to have fun. And if I'm having more fun than winning, I'm happy with that too. I don't mind losing. I'm not a bad loser, but I do get frustrated with frustrating things. So if there's not so many frustrations along the way, it would be nice, because then I can enjoy the game for what it is. But if there are people that are riding up purposely on stream just to chop my head off, it might become a little bit tiresome. I might be like, oh, do you know what? I can't be bothered. But overall, I think Mortal Online, especially the community today, have been great. So I want to thank everyone. You've all been amazing, and I can't wish for a better live stream. I'll see you in the next one. And if I don't see you in the next one, I'll see you along the road. So take it easy, guys. Thank you for all your advice. You're all awesome. You all know your shit. I don't think anyone came out of any bad advice today or came out of any points that were pointless. You all had something interesting to say, which means you all know your shit. So thank you for that, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll catch you later, boys. Go grind the game, man. Go and have some fun.